What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I hope you're all doing well. Let's get this party started, man, and take it back to the old Tomb Kings. The Bone Daddies are upon us. And probably need to switch over here. I'm using a new mouse pad today, so I'm going to be a little bit of adjustment there, but it should be fine. Yeah, Tomb Kings were so long ago, man. Yeah, there we go. All right, we got the flavor. Boners for the boner god, yes. Big Bone Daddy's going to be coming here. And let's get it going here. I'm getting pinged. Looks like we're good. Round one is live. And I may have a buy round unless Snickerdoodle wants to be added to the event. So I need to know. Snickerdoodle, you got to let me know in Discord. If that's the case, we can add you. Otherwise, I'm going to be casting somebody else's game, which is totally fine. A lot of great players tonight. We have, I think, 35, 40 players for a late night tournament. I'm sure the dreaded Australians will be rising. Maybe playing here, which is always fun. What's up, boy? How you doing, man? Of course. Of course. Gotta warn you, though. There are going to be some dad sneezes tonight. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God, that one hurt. Oh, man. All right, you'll hop in? Okay, then I'm going to get you added, so just hang tight, man. Okay. Oh, that was a painful one. That one actually hurt. You know when you like have those brutal sneezes, like it's so powerful that it actually like is painful? That was like one of those. Sorry about that, guys. I tried to get away. I went to the other side of the room, so yeah. Hopefully that was something. Did I just jump scare all the headphone users? I'm sorry. You know, Tomb Kings get a little bit dusty, you know? So it is what it is. Okay, so we're going to do this. Okay, create new entry, and that is going to be... what tournament is this? This is the Turin, Late Night Turin SFT, okay. Late Night Turin SFT. Okay, is it this one? I think it's this one. Okay, so looking here to see the most recent ones. Those are old school. Anna says she heard that in the garage. Oh no. Oh no, it was that loud, huh? Okay, which one is it? Oh, is it this one? Okay, and that's going to be Snickerdoodle. Snickery Doodle. So I'm getting my first round opponent right now, guys. I'm just adding somebody late because there was a buy round, so we're able to add someone late, which is great, which means I get a game in the first round. You felt the ground moving in Norway? That's pretty good. I do like that. Okay. That looks fine. So we're going to do this, and we'll do checked in, and that should be fine. So let's see if this works. I hold my seasons in sometimes, and it cracks your neck and back. It'll get you, man. All right, Snickerdoodle. So obviously you just need to declare a faction, and we're going to be playing right now. So let's set this up here. Old Man T. Just got done playing some Magic today. It was quite a bit of fun. Post game as a spectator. We're not doing that. We're going to be playing, and cool. So we're going to get you, and let's go ahead and get Snickerdoodle in here. There you are. Yo. Get in lobby. Okay. And where are we at right now? Let's see how's this going. Is he in the event now? Did it work? Or was it the other ones? Yeah, it should be here. It was probably the other one. Okay, so we're going to need to do this. So there we go. So there should be two of those. Huh. Trying to add him in there. He's going to be coming over. My round's going to be a little bit delayed just because we got some tech stuff going on here. Just getting it all set up. But the blocker, that's the wrong one. We need to update it to the Tomb Kings blocker. So let's get this all set. Always a little bit tricky adding people late, but all good in the neighborhood. The sneeze had more power than the entire lore of Nehekara. Yes, it did. It was a powerful one. Okay. So, is there any way to do this, sort this by... Is it this one? Okay, let's try this. And we're going to do that, see if that works. All right, so my opponent's going to be playing Nurgle, and we need to work out the maps right now. So let's get the maps all squared away. It is a map pick and ban system. Okay, so there we go. And let's go ahead and message the homie here, and we're going to figure it out. All right. So he says, my sneeze scared his cat out of the bed. Oh, no. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, kitty. I didn't mean to. All right. It's dusty, man. You know, the being a Tomb King, it's a little bit dusty. All right, so we're gonna do this, and then we need to add you into there as well. Okay, cool, man. So I need to see what map pick and bans my opponent's going to be doing. So go ahead and ban one. Against Nurgle, it's interesting. There's some fun nuances you can explore in this matchup for sure. Yeah. Okay, what's it going to be? Oh boy, dude, you better put some respect on. You guys better put some respect on my opponent's name here. He's a very good player. He's made top 4, and I believe he's even won a tournament with Nurgle before. So. Where's the respect, dog? Where's the respect? Okay, so that's going to be this, and we're going to do you. Let's do that, and we're going to take rid of that. Perfect. You got own goal round 1. Well, look, here's the thing, Dark Horse. You're going to get a very good tiebreaker, and you're going to be taught a lesson. You know, it's good, because own goal is going to be able to really show you some meta strategies that you can take and learn from, which is going to be great and outstanding. All right, so that's all set, and my opponent's going to be banning a map, and then we shall play Crystal Lake. All right, so we're going to play Crystal Lake. It's going to be the first round 1 map. Crystal Lake there, and let's go ahead and get the blocker up. We're all good. Okay, so now I'm officially working on the army. Myrding, thank you for becoming a channel member. Greatly appreciate the support, my friend. Gonna keep the good times rolling for you. It's gonna be great. All right, so we got scary Nurgle characters, right? Like scary, evil Nurgle characters for sure that are gonna be coming for us. So let's do a little bit of this. Perfect, perfect. I'm trying to think about the character composition. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, all the characters are kind of viable. We've been seeing Khalida getting used on foot. Own Goal was actually one of the people who originated that strategy, which was very, very fun to see. Get a couple of you guys. Yeah, I think I like this style. We'll get you in reserve. We're going to max out on you guys because it's pretty cost effective here, and get you guys as well. Okay, so Nurgle, like one of the things that is a little bit scary about Nurgle are their freaking characters, right? Yeah, their characters can be some nasty stuff. Setron the Sphinx is all right, but he can, run into some issues. Arc of the Black Death Magic is always good, but can be a little bit risky. He can get hunted. That is for sure. Wonder if we're going to be seeing like Rot Knights and weird stuff like that. Could perhaps see a little bit of Rotten Knight action. Oh, it'd be cool to use the Snake Cavalry, wouldn't it? Zach says, picked up the Dark Imperium as a gift. Where should I go next with Death Guard? I built 2 characters, the drone and 5 Plague Marines. Okay, so Zach, to answer your question, you should take a look at do you have the Codex, Zach? Because if you do, take a look at all the different armies that the Death Guard have, the 5 detachments. Pick one that you like and let me know which one it is, and then I can give you direction from there. And shoot me a message in Discord. It'll be easier than kind of answering all the questions here on stream. I can talk to you after. But yeah, I love the zombie spam Death Guard. It's my favorite. So I run a shit ton of Poxwalkers because it's just so fun playing The Walking Dead. Zombies are like my favorite. All right. So the Cav are ready. And Kotep's all right. Arkan's viable. Cetra definitely has some interesting options. Putting him on the Sphinx is, he's a good fighter. But yeah, so we're going to try this. Do that. And then where is this? Okay. We got you right here. We're going to cut this, and we can keep that for now. Okay, and okay. Looks okay. Perfect, perfect. All right, guys. So we got some sneakiness in our build for sure. We're going to get you back here, and then I think we want to throw in one of these guys. Seems like a good call. Okay, a very ambitious build, but I think it's going to have some teeth for sure. I think it's going to be nasty, nasty. Basic Nehekara Warriors, I think, are one of the best mainline infantry choices you can use against these guys. They do pretty well. What applications do Carrion have? We're going to be dealing with Furies for sure. Furies are very, very annoying. Necropolis Knights with Halberds. I'm cooking up a cool build, Noctilus. You're going to like it. Yeah, Mortarion is really fun, dude. Mortarion is a great model, and plus it reduces the amount of minis you need to play, so it's very, very clutch. Yeah, Morty. Old Morty. Okay, let's do that. Get you in there. And then what other stuff do we have? Nurgle does have Battletoads, couple other things like this. Not too concerned about the dreaded Battletoads, to be honest with you. Snickerdoodle, though, very strong player, so we are not going to have an easy time. That is for sure. The Kepra Guard may be an option also. Yeah, Kepra Guard is like a crowd clearing thing later on. Could be nice. They do magic damage and probably will trade well into most Nurgle troopers. All right, this is a wild build, but I think it's going to work out. No, you know what? No, that's not the way. This is the way. And we're going to get you in there and call it a day. Okay, guys, wish me luck. GLHF. The old Tomb Kings are going to be brushing off the dust. I think we got the answers we need. I think we're okay. Wait or more. Ushabti Great Bows are actually super good in tabletop as well. They're one of the best units on the roster for Tomb Kings. In tabletop, because Tomb Kings have a crazy good rule. Now, normally shooting in the old world in Warhammer Fantasy is very, unless you're an elf, it's very tricky. Because let's say you have the ballistic skill of 3. You're a human handgunner, okay? So a handgunner has a 24-inch range in tabletop. Now, there are various penalties you incur as a shooting unit based on what you do before you shoot. If you move, it's a penalty. If you're shooting more than half of your distance, then it's another penalty, right? So, for example, if I have a handgunner which is hitting on a 4, which is their baseline, if I move, because they have a rule that punishes them for moving, I hit on a 6, and then if I am shooting long range, it's going to be a 7 technically. So then I have to roll a 6 and then a 4 just to freaking hit something with a gun in tabletop. If I want to move and shoot. Bows are different. Obviously, elves have better ballistic skills, but like shooting is very, very touchy in tabletop in Warhammer the Old World. So artillery is a bit of a different story, but artillery is very, very, it can be sketchy in tabletop for sure. All right, so we're going to get you, and we're going to get Cetra in 3, so 1 and 2. So basically, we're going for like kind of a ranged poking build. We have the Ushabti Great Bows in the back. They're going to be putting some pepper down on the forces of Nurgle. All right, so we got these guys. We're going to get one Nehekara Horseman who's going to zip up and grab that side objective. And then we have a Sepulchral Stalker to defend in the backfield, as well as the big Arawar Sphinx as well. So we're going to be value trading here. My opponent going kind of elite, not going for a stuffing tactics as far as I can tell. So there's that. Tomb Kings won the vote over. Oh wait, shit! Did High Elves win the vote last time? I can't. I thought it was Tomb Kings. I just maybe blanked on that. We'll see. All right, let's get our focus going here. I mean, everybody loves Tomb Kings anyways. They're freaking cool as hell. All right, so let's get you up there. We're gonna get the Ushabti Great Bows moving up and get you moving up there too. All right, so feeling pretty good so far. We got Cetra, the big man, and we're gonna save up for the Sphinx. Although he's Mass Forsaken. Okay, that's actually fine. So we can just call in, yeah, probably the big Sphinx, honestly, is going to be the way. All right, so we're going to go get this. We're going to get a triple cap here, and we can start calling out. You know what? That actually is one weakness my army has. Cetra is going to have to carry this game because he's my real big, anti-infantry piece here. So we're going to go and move up here, and the snakes are going to be chilling. Ushabti Great Bows can be right there and right there. Let's actually get the Great Bows coming over here. My opponent's going to be calling in what? Pestigors? Okay, that's fine. So we're going to go ahead and get some Nehekara Horsemen, call them out here, and steal this objective there. All right. So how are the Great Bows doing? I mean, honestly, we can just like waste into those freaking Pestigors over there. I think that's going to be fine. We can even screen them out with these guys. This objective's going to be ours for a minute, but not for too long. We're just going to grab this for a moment and see what we can do. All right, my opponent's going to run away with those. We'll chase them. Ushabti Great Bows are out of range at the moment. We're going to get the Stalkers ready. And now we can call in some baseline infantry to come up and just kind of contest, right? So yeah, just keep chasing. My opponent probably going to be calling in a Fury in a moment, I would wager. All right, so you guys are looking okay. Let's pull you over this way. And we're going to yield that objective now. So my opponent has a big Zerg and a half. Yeah, so there's the Fury. It's pretty common stuff, right? So we're going to go ahead and have you chasing there, get you guys back, and the Ushabti Great Bows need to start shooting at the Forsaken. Well, Cetra should have been in there like 5 minutes ago. So we'll get another Horseman coming out. And those Furies should be in trouble, depending on how things go. All right, guys. So Nehekara Horsemen can charge into these guys. Let's get our skirmishers back and back. Perfect. And in the meantime, we could do a little bit of a pullback here, and we'll get the baseline infantry coming over there to fight them. So Cetra going to be dropping some love here, getting afflicted by the Spirit Leech is fine. We'll do a little Lucerians as well to wear these guys down. Perfect. Sepulchral Stalkers are feasting, and my opponent going to maybe land with those Furies right now. It's a little bit hard to see. But we are getting some very good damage out of the gates, right? You can see some nastiness. Let's get these Sepulchral Stalkers to start shooting here. Let's get these Horsemen to move in there. And Cetra's going to run away a little bit right now. Although, honestly, we probably could fight that. Probably could. All right, so those guys are in some trouble. Let's get another Nehekara Warrior coming out. And, yeah, these guys move into the front. Cetra is able to get some work done. And we're going to get in here, use the Incantation of Protection on these Horsemen, and go see if we can bully my opponent's Wizard. We're going to use the Blessed Blade there, too. All right, so back we go. Ushapti Grapos can start shooting at the enemy lord here, which is going to be fine. So it is a Chaos Lord? Yeah, it's a Chaos Lord. Interesting. All right, so we are bullying his Harry Potter a little bit, which is nice. Horsemen are still shooting, and right here it's a little bit sketchy, but overall we should be able to wear those guys down. Let's pull you back, get these guys in there, keep those Ushapti Grapos going here, and get the Laser Beams of Doom to do their thing. We're going to keep trying to bash this Nurgle caster, and now we got some Forsaken coming around the wings here, so we're going to start shooting them with the Great Bows, and you guys move in here. So those are just Plague Drones. The Nurgle caster is actually broken right now. How do we want to deal with the Plague Drones is the question. Do we tar pit with these guys? I think so. I think having Cetra finishing off that Nurgle caster, though, is pretty big, although we are getting nailed by the throwing axes, which feels really bad. So, all right, so we do get attacked here by the Plague Drones. So let's get you guys to shoot here, get you guys back, and get one of you to tar pit there. And I did let Cetra take a little bit too much damage there. Also, the Sepulchral Stalkers needed a little bit of milk. I kind of left them to the dogs, I do dare say. All right, so let's give the Fizzres to Cetra. So Fizzres, can I click it? There we go. Okay. So we're going to give the physical resistance to Cetra, pull you guys back a little bit, pull you guys back, get the Ushapti Grapos back, and we're going to just retreat ever so slightly, Let's get back here, keep these horsemen. Let's come across and get those guys, because he's just Rage Boner chasing me here, right? So he's just Rage Boner chasing me. Now this is a little bit dodgy, because I do not want this game to be close in value. Granted, a lot of my opponent's value is against old Cetra here. So that's fine, and we can get some Skeleton Horsemen to come out. Probably Nehekara Horsemen would be better, but yeah, I think my build's kind of lacking infantry killing power, which I should have suspected against Nurgle. I thought I was going to be able to farm enough with the Great Bows here, but yeah, we'll see. All right, so that point could go to my opponent. So what we're going to do now is save up and do a little double cap up on the top side, so 1 and 2. You guys are going to come here and steal that point, and then we're just going to kite back and hopefully be okay. All right, so the Ushapti Great Bows have retreated. Cetra is in some trouble. Our horsemen are still cackling about, but, you know, it's a bit messy. So Cetra, I don't know why he's stuck. He's stuck on something here. That Chad Chaos Lord is putting a lot of pressure on him here. Let's get the Ushapti Grapos to shoot. We're going to pull you back and use the Fizzres buff, so we need to do this. And probably get some Sepulchral Stalkers back here if we can. And that objective is going to go to us on the high ground, which is good. It's something. But a lot of scariness. We're shooting at the Chaos Lord, and we're going to go ahead and sacrifice one of you guys to get in there. And now I can call out a Sepulchral Stalker with its anti-large to come in, help against the Chaos Lord, and we can turn around and start trying to bash him a little bit, right? So Warriors move up. We're going to have to gremlin this game out pretty freaking hard, right? We're going to have to gremlin this one really, really heavily. So we're going to shoot one of you and one of you. Cetra's going to pull back once again. This objective does get stolen, so let's go here. We're going to get you in the front and one of you guys around the back, and then we're going to surround him. Get a big envelop right there, and these horsemen can maneuver over here and threaten that objective. And great. So the Chaos Lord is a little bit trapped up now. And we're going to move back and use this. The horsemen are getting taken offline. And here we need to get this rear charge in there, get the full surround, and we'll come back and deal with that in a moment. All right, so just cycle charging a little bit here, guys. We're going to go there. Got to pull Cetra in and out. One Ushapti Great Bow got in a melee for some godforsaken reason, which is weird, but it is what it is. So we need to get that point, though, because if we're going to be on the back foot like this, we really, really need to get it. And I really should have just called out the Big Sphinx, probably. Although the Sepulchral Stalkers will do well also. So we're going to fan you out, fan you out. We are going to be threatening this objective with our mobility, so these guys are going to be coming. High ground should go to us. Very, very ratty game here, for sure. Very ratty. All right, so the Ushapti Great Bows can shoot here. Let's go get Cetra to move over there and shoot these guys. And you guys shoot them, and you skirmishers can go over there and deal with that. Great, so are we going to steal this middle objective? We're in the process of stealing it. High ground's looking okay. We do see Angels of Decay being called out, which is scary, but we do have a fair amount of shooting online still. All right, so Cetra, I think we need the big Sphinx, like the big ROR Sphinx, for sure. We're going to need it. All right, so you guys and you guys. Let's shoot the Angels of Decay, shoot the Angels of Decay, and we're going to do a little Usirians on these guys and hopefully be able to crack them down. All right, so we are stealing this objective slowly but surely. Let's get you guys in there and get you guys in here as well and just keep the shooting going. Cetra, we just need to make sure the Angels of Decay don't get on top of them here, and we should be okay. So let's get one Horseman. I need to get rid of the Forsaken here. Need to deal with those. So the Angels of Decay are getting hammered pretty good. And if Cetra lives, we still have a good chance. We're going to maneuver Cetra this way. Get you guys moving in there. And probably use the Ushapti summon to tar pit that Lord and the Forsaken unit here. All right. So let's get another Nehekara Horseman unit. You guys are going to shoot. Let's pull you back this way. And we are able to overwhelm the Nurgle forces on the side. So even though it's a little bit sketchy, we do get some good maneuvering fights here. And you guys keep grinding. Yes, the Ushapti Great Bows are still very much alive. Shooting into the side of this unit here. I don't know why those guys are moving so slowly. He must have done some sort of a curse or something. I'm not sure. But the mobility game is where we feast right now. That is how we win this game. We need to get the mobile action going. Let's get these horsemen in here to do this, and these guys can run back into the trees. And Sepulchral Stalker is probably the next call out. All right, so we do manage to steal that. So let's go over here and get this. We can take one horseman there to go run these guys down, and Cetra can go there too. And the rest of the homies can go down here and try and steal this objective. The Ushapti Great Bow is going to be running into the trees. I do have some Nehekara horsemen out there who can maybe save those guys. Fury should die here. The Ushapti are trying their best, and that Nurgle caster is definitely looking a little bit worse for wear. All right, so let's come up there, and let's move over here and see if we can grab this. So we 100% just need to play the mobile game now, guys. That's basically it. The Ushapti Great Bow is getting taken offline. Does hurt pretty bad, but not the end of the world. All right, so mobile gremlin tactics with Cetra trying to carry this shit all the way to the bank. We are able to get this one. And the Ushapti Great Bows, thankfully for me, did stabilize. So we're going to get them out. Horseman going to keep chasing here. Ushapti keeps going. Yeah, good. And we are going to maybe be able to steal this objective from my opponent, which is going to be nice. All right, let's do that. Drop it like it's hot. The Chosen of the Gods. Let's see if they can get any good shots on anything. Yeah, we have these guys coming up. I mean, Nurgle doesn't have a whole lot left. And a lot of their value is sunk into Big Boy Cetra. So that's pretty good for us, right? So we're going to move over here. And this mobility can move to the middle. And we do manage to steal this objective. So we just need to play like straight up Benny Hill shit right now, guys. All right, let's get the Sepulchral Stalker RORs over there. We're going to keep you on the point. Cetra's going to go try and run these guys off. We'll see if we can. On the backside, yep, those guys still tying it down. Furies do get in combat there, which feels a little bit bad, but it is what it is. All right, so you guys keep playing this. Let's charge these Marauders and get these Skirmishers to come here and here. And my opponent is going to be bouncing between objectives. As long as I just don't let Cetra go to the dogs, we should be okay. So he's going to go rear charge this. We'll get the Sepulchral Stalkers to shoot there too. And save up for another Usirians. Good, so we do get a punch there. You guys can move in. Honestly, it's just trash Nurgle units here, so I think we can probably win that fight. Cetra getting a big charge right there. And we probably need some Skeleton Horsemen to maintain capture weight. I think that's going to be a good idea. And let's start shooting that Chaos Lord with the Snake laser beams and pull you back. Okay, so Cetra comes. Hopefully we can get the laser beams from the snakes. We will see. Let's retreat back a little bit, get you guys in there, and retreat, and retreat. How we looking here? We are folding up most of the Nurgle units. Tomb King's light horsemen are some of the best units in the game, honestly. They're amazing. All right, so Angels of Decay are still tar-pitted a little bit. Cetra does get away from the Chaos Lord a little, but we're going to go ahead and use the Phys-Res just to be safe. Sepulchral Stalkers tar-pit the Chaos Lord. And let's get you over here to this objective, and now we can call in a Skeleton Horseman unit. All right, are those Rot Knights back there? Those are the Rotting Riders. Okay, that's going to be reasonably hard to deal with. We might be able to kill his Chaos Lord here, actually. He's kind of overextended. And there, we do get a good find, so let's go here. And then what we can do in response to this, let's call some of you guys in, get you to stand and shoot. And Cetra, we might be able to bully this Chaos Lord. I think with the Sepulchral Stalkers surrounding him, we just cycle charge a little bit. Let's charge in there and see what we can get done. All right, so now we're going to retreat. We're going to need more Stalkers for sure, but we do have the objective advantage, right? So that's how we win this game. We just be an objective rat, basically. Sepulchral Stalkers still doing very good. We can do a little Usirians on them. And just charge, hold that objective here. You guys move over there. You guys move here. As long as I don't throw Cetra to the dogs, we should be fine. All right, let's keep kiting those guys. Oh, dude. Big Daddy Cetra coming in, changing the tide of the game. I love to see it. I love to see it. What a hero. He is the hero we needed this entire time. So we just kite these guys back. Let's see what we can do there. Can we get this objective? Yeah, let's pull him off that point if at all possible. And the Chaos Lord is very close to being cooked. We need to chase him off. I need to make sure he doesn't come back. Let's do the Sepulchral Stalker shooting there. Cetra's going to keep going here, and we can call it a Skeleton Horseman Archer to chase this guy down. We cannot let that guy come back. Like, cannot. All right, so Usirian's right there. You guys come to the middle. Yeah, Nurgle is kind of cackling a little bit in some of the points here. We need to make sure he doesn't get that objective for free. So that guy's going to be chased down. Cetra and company are going to move to the middle. Let's go here, and just hold this point for as long as we can. We are getting a pretty good points lead. We do have a shit ton of capture weight here. So let's retreat back and try not to lose shit, right? That's going to be the idea. All right, so this one, unfortunately, is going to flip. Granted, Cetra might be able to get a good route on them. Hopefully, the Chaos Lord runs off the battlefield. That's good. So that's going to be a leadership bomb for Nurgle, which is not going to be fun for them. Sepulchral Stalkers can set up shop here. Let's get you guys in. Cetra needs to go a little bit quicker here, and I think we're just all in on the mobility. Sepulchral Stalkers, though, will be good against a lot of what he has, so I think that's pretty nice. All right, so Cetra, get in there, get the big terror route. Sepulchral Stalkers can shoot the Rotting Riders here, so let's shoot the Rotting Riders, and we can get ready to steal this objective again. All right, so that's going to go to us probably. Cetra will be able to win that fight eventually. Rotting Riders are going to get a lot of laser beams to the back, which is great. We're going to rear charge them a little bit. You guys just keep parking. Do I win on just one here? It's a little bit precarious. Thankfully, you know, the Rotting Riders are in combat. I can use... Do they do magic damage? They do, yeah. I always forget that. They're pretty meaty little magic fighters. All right, so do we have any opportunity to steal this objective? We do, and the enemy caster does get routed too. So probably chasing him off is more important than just securing the objective immediately. So Cetra's going to keep doing his thing. We have these sneaky snakes over here. And do we have any more anti-large? Let's get some Nehekara horsemen out and see what we can get done. All right, so Cetra's routing all the infantry with his skeleton horseman support. You guys come here. We'll prepare the vanguard over there. And how's this looking? All right, so the Nurgle caster's chased off. So we're going to then run back this way. Cetra's looking pretty pimp. We're going to use his blade here to hammer those guys down. And the Sepulchral Stalker is putting in some heavy lifting. So let's get in here. Just use them to take down the Forsaken. Cetra's going to need to retreat right now. You guys fight here. You guys fight here. Let's get some Vanguard horsemen. Because if Cetra dies, I could be in trouble. So we're going to do Fizzres right now. Try and keep you guys alive there. And you guys just steal this objective and steal this objective. So just got to be really annoying here, basically. All right, Cetra, take these bad boys down. Sepulchral Stalker's getting the job done. Let's dive you. Get rid of these damn Furies. Call you around the top here. Giga Chad Sepulchral Stalkers holding back the Rotting Riders for that long is super clutch. All right, let's get in there. And cool. So this objective flipping to us is very possible. And we do have the opportunity to maybe steal the back objective too. So we're going to get another Horseman coming over here. But Tomb Kings are just such a good mobile faction. They really know how to work the sands, man. They really do. All right, so that's going to be a lot of capture weight for us. Let's go see if we can get a terror route right there. And here, you guys pile in, fight the Furies together. And we're going to get you guys to come in and charge those Furies too. All right, Cetra, are we going to be able to pull this objective? Rotting Riders are having some tar pitting issues. We're going to get you around the top to see. We need to keep juking. More horsemen to come over there. We do have an idle unit. We're going to get them into the Pestigors. Yeah. I don't think we're going to get this one. We just need to get the outside objective. Yeah, so we do get that one. So now we can just retreat away from this for the most part and just look to value trade. So let's get around the backside. Cetra and company going to come up here. Do I have anything I can call in right there? Not a whole lot. And what makes this much easier to do with Tomb Kings compared to like other factions is the fact that they have their cavalry disintegrate on their own, right? So you don't need to like micromanage it as much, which is really nice. All right, any sense? Yeah, just more horsemen. Let's get them out here. You guys are going to go run these down. Furies are having some problems, and we do have his horsemen corralled. Cetra's going to guard this objective, and we can start Helm's Deeping that one as well. The Ushapti Summon, I already used it. Yeah, it's already been used, so it's out of the picture. So my opponent's going to have to make a tricksy Hobbits' decision here. Let's get those skeleton horsemen fighting there, and you come up here, see if you can help a little bit. The question is, do I want to send good quality infantry here? There are Pestigors coming in. I don't know if I would get there in time. I think so. I think we'll do that. So they're going to try and make it there. We're going to go use these guys, and we do have the low ground objective also, so you guys slam jam, space jam right here. These damn Furies are close to crumbling down. We're going to try and chase you, okay? And Cetra's horsemen are going to run some interference, and they're going to get annihilated because of the Rot Knights, right? But we do have an opportunity to maybe steal the middle, because again, we have this like crazy mobile play, so we can threaten all these objectives at once, which is so incredibly nice. And then from here, we call in more skeleton horsemen just for capture weight. Because we're playing a capture weight victory. Like, I would say his build had some pretty reasonable counters against mine, but we were able to gremlin out quite a bit here. So Cetra's going to come providing capture weight. The warriors will be there eventually for the Helm's Deep. I simply think my opponent does not have the time to get this. It's not going to be possible. All right, so Rotting Riders are coming after Cetra, which is good, because that means they're not going to the outside objective. And yeah, we're good. Cetra carried the hell out of that game. He killed the enemy lord. And victory for Nehekara. Let's freaking go, baby. Yeah, that was a good battle. Good, fearsome battle versus Nurgle. Scary game, though. It was scary. All right, let me check here. I got all these damn messages. What the hell's going on here? Okay. Okay, here. And let's see what's going on here. Yo. And what do we have here? Okay, I'm checking here. Let's see what else is happening here. Okay, the check. I like it. I like at like 8:30. Starts to be sure. Okay, so checking these guys, and I think we're all good. Cool. So very gremlin. Yeah, I felt like I was in danger, but the fact that we killed our opponent's Chaos Lord when he chased Cetra and we surrounded him, that's what won the game. If he had, yeah, Boss Toss, you inspired that for sure. if my opponent had the army composition against me pretty good, I got very greedy. I was like, let's go great bows and all this. I really lacked infantry killing power. I mean, we were able to get it done, but Cetra, like if I had lost Cetra or fumbled him, it's just game over. I have no chance because nothing else in my army is exceptional at killing like Forsaken, right? Great bows did okay, though, all things considered. Sepulchral Stalkers, I think, were very good. I did have the big Sphinx in reserve, but it's a good lesson to not, man, leaving those expensive pieces in reserve in Dom is like always risky unless it's like the very first thing you call out. It would have been good, though. That would have been very helpful. He didn't have a ton of tools against the big Sphinx outside of the Rotting Riders. A couple horsemen, I think, in his mainline build. Yeah, he had like 2, which did very good. Okay, guys. GG, well played. Let's go report the score on Yield Total Tavern, and we're going to refresh this real quick. And it looks like my opponent did it. Oh, we were the last game. Okay, cool. Let's do this, and that's going to be Tomb Kings versus Nerval. Okay. And here we go. Advancing to the next round. And let's go take our fat L so then we can submarine to the top 4, guys. That's how it goes. And let's set it up here. Advancing this, so advanced Swiss, yes, looks fine. I always have to do a double take to make sure I don't click on the wrong shit. I always click on the wrong thing. Just reset the whole tournament. Like, oh, I'm too weak, Anakin. All right, so announcements for the events. Let's do it. Goblins, round 2 is live. All right, so we got round 2. Let's see who we're playing here in round dos. We have Arno. So let's get Arno in here. I don't know this player's tactics too well, so we're going to see what they're up to. Arno. Must be Arno here. Yo, yo. Oh, that is an Arno from a different server. So we have Arnos all over the place. Yeah, we have to keep the gates strong. Somebody's got to guard the gates. And that duty falls on me tonight. I see Anticity and Own Goal, like 2 of the top 2 players in the world are playing tonight, so my odds of winning are low. But, we'll do what we can. Sometimes we could pull off an old upset. Okay. And there we are. All right. Let's see what my opponent's playing. Round 2 is live. Very fast tournament. Do you like the changes to infantry in the old world? Yeah, I think they were good. I've only been able to play 2 games. All right, Skaven versus Tomb Kings. Got it. This matchup is usually pretty good for Tomb Kings. Granted, Skaven do have some tricks that you got to watch out for, but we will see. And let's see what they want to ban. All right, you guys ready for the blocker? There we go. Cetra's coming. Okay. He is here to block the army. So we're going to be... He's banning Norskin Rise. We'll play Glade. Good luck, have fun. All right. So we're going to be playing Glade of the Everqueen. Glade of the Everqueen. Glade of the Everqueen. All right. So we're going to get a sweet army. You guys are going to love this shit. It's going to be so sick. It's going to be so freaking cool. Khalida Lord Sniping against Skaven. It's an option, but usually, what my opponent should do is probably bring like a very small Lord that's hard to snipe. So I would assume that's going to be the direction they go. Yeah. Because otherwise you just get your bread buttered, and it's bad news bears. 2, yes. Who let the Bone Daddies out? All right. You got to root for your rats. How dare you betray me like this? You betrayed me for these filthy rats. Uh-huh. Yep, looks good. We're going to get you here. You can cut that, and we can keep that ability. Huh. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what was done to me when I was playing against the Tomb Kings. The last time I got to the grand finals of a tournament with Skaven, I remember losing in the final round to the Tomb Kings. You have a lot of good diving tools. Yeah, Mass Cav is usually pretty good meat. It's very solid, but you have other options too. All right, so we'll do 2 of these. And what do we want to do? I really want to make Tomb Scorpions. Greenskins versus Vampire Counts twice in a row, good practice. Okay, really though, please send help. If you're playing a Vampire Count main, that could be hard, and I'm not sure. Greenskins against Vampires, you have the new Shielded Blackworks, but I don't know if they're any good there, really. Yeah. I'm not sure how you'd play that. Let's see here. Do you buy brand name or off-brand garbage bags? I just buy the first one I see usually. Okay. So that's going to be fine. Let's try that out. Actually, that seems like it could be a reasonable idea, and we're going to cut you. Okay, so that's going to be our build, which is going to be super fun, by the way. You guys are going to love it, and we'll do this and this just to be safe. Double Boner Giant against Skaven was really fun back in Land Battle, but those were different times. Those were different times. I was a different man then. I was a different man. What about the dreaded Casket of Souls? Oh, God, yes. The Iron Titan against Skaven's risky because they have like Jezzails and Rattling Gunners and shit. But I mean, theoretically, it could, if you're going to survive the initial pressure, you know, it could do some work. Yeah, so we're going to want this. And what sort of infantry against Skaven? I feel like Skaven are pretty good at killing infantry, so you want to kind of chill out on that, I say. Ushapti, probably not really necessary, I would say. Although maybe one Ushapti just in case they get cheeky and go for like a Storm Vermin. Although Halberd Storm Vermin typically lose to, they don't trade well even against like Nehekara warriors, so there is that. Okay, so these guys will handle that. They're able to put some pressure down. Do we have to worry about like big Skaven stuff? I don't think so as much, right? I mean, if they go big Skaven, I think we just have like the tools to just deal with them. And we're gonna get you guys, perfect, perfect. A couple of these is great. So 1, 2, 1, 2. I like this, like this. All right, awesome sauce. I think I'm ready. My build is, I don't know if I would say optimal, but it's got some tricks. It's got some tricks of the trade. That is for sure. GLHF to my opponent. Let's see what's cooking and see if we can take down the rats. Kotep into Sandstorm. Yeah, Anticity, all you need to do is go double Rogue Idol. That's the real heroes play right there. Yeah, I really want to try Tomb Scorpions. Oh, dude, you almost inspired. If you had said that like 10 seconds earlier, I would have switched 2 Tomb Scorpions into my build. You were just a little bit late to the party. Yeah, a little bit late. All right. So here we are against rats. I'm sure the meta is probably like Cetra and like a million like cavalry, but yeah, double Helped Abomination is not terrible. I did bring some anti-large though, so I think we're okay if he does that. I think we're okay. Plus, like, if you go double Helped, I feel like you just struggle to kill the infantry. Like, the Tomb King's infantry is pretty grindy. So I think that would be a problem for you. The double Rogue Idol. Truly forbidden. Okay, guys, so here's the build. It's just a lot of shit, but we do have catapults. You know, I don't like to leave home without Screaming Beam catapults. I'm a big enjoyer of those things. We're going to get one here and one here. My opponent probably going to get some Guando rats and do like some, you know, flank push or something, but, you know, we'll see. So get you guys here. Just baseline skeleton, sword and board warriors. We'll put one on the outside there, so that's going to be you guys here. So go. We have some Nehekara warriors as well, which are going to give us actual capture weight against clan rats. We have Ark of the Black. He's going to be cackling and doing evil necromancer things. You guys are going to move up, and you guys are going to move up and get this objective. So against Skaven, you know, obviously, if I can get a triple cap right away, that's going to be pretty sweet, right? All right. GLHF. Ark in the Black in the trees. You know, he's got Spirit Leech and Buna. Now, Spirit Leech we'll just spam it on the Skaven Lord. And if it's a Storm Vermin build, we have Buna, which is nice too. And, you know, summoning skeletons, all sorts of good stuff. The only weakness is we don't have Terror in the opening build. Granted, we do have some in reserve, so we're not going to be completely without Terror, I would say. All right. Good luck, have fun. My opponent deploying their Rat Legion. Our armies are the same size. Yes, yes. Casket of Souls. Yeah, Casket of Souls, it's so funny. They're so amazing in tabletop. They're like a great centerpiece. But in this game, they're just kind of like outclassed by these catapults, really. All right, so we see skirmisher rats. We're going to go up and get our skirmish on. Arkin's going to move and hide. My opponent has Plague Claw catapults. Interesting. Okay, I love the artillery duel. Oh, can I just shoot at that freaking tower and destroy it? That's actually really interesting. Okay. So we're going to move you guys up, see if I can bait some of the ammunition out on the horsemen. Granted, you know, it's not the best. We're going to take you guys over in a second, and we can try and blitz their home objective and steal it. So, yeah, we can try and dodge some of these shots. Although, yeah, I feel like if we dodge it, we're just going to get hit more. You know, kind of a bit of a meme there. All right, so advancing up, and the catapult shots will be in range soon. Ooh, Packmaster and the big man. Okay, so we are going to need some proper anti-large, which I did bring. I have Sepulchral Stalkers and Ushabti Great Bows. So now we're going to go steal this point. We're going to roll over here and just take this where we can. Throt is regenerating, so the draining isn't going to be as good against him, right? It's not going to be quite as good. So calling this out here, I think we just get one Ushabti Great Bow to run out and do a little bit of work here. So we're going to get you, move you out, and do this. And now we're trying to steal this point. So we're going to get you into these and pull you back this way. Okay, so being blasted a little bit, which is not fun. And Arkan is going to be waiting. The armies are going to be advancing. And now we need to start focus firing on the correct target. So we're going to shoot you and shoot you guys as well. And we can do a little bit of a flank overload here, right? So let's get you in there, start shooting the big man. We can start Spirit Leeching him too. I think that's going to be fine. And the rest of the army is going to prepare to advance here, while the Ushabti Great Bows are going to start going after Throt. All right, so we bunched up. Feels bad, man. So sad. My opponent guarding the artillery pretty well. And yeah, you just guard the riverfront there. You have time to work with. We'll probably use Carrion, honestly, to shut that shit down. So we're going to do Carrion and Carrion, and we're going to take them over the Great Mountain Pass, and we're going to see what we can get done. All right, so back and back we go. Do we have opportunities here to run these guys down? Maybe so, and maybe so. Those are just Skaven slaves. Arkan the Black is going to be chilling here, and we will Spirit Leech you. And the catapults, what do we want to shoot into? Yeah, honestly, the clan rats are fine. So we're going to do that. We do manage to run over some Skaven slaves. We see the big man getting a little bit of work done. And now we're going to need a little bit more. So let's form up ranks. We can get some Nehekara horsemen to fight the rat ogres. And we want to get you guys to start shooting at the rat ogres there, which is going to be nice. All right, so one skirmisher does go offline. And hopefully we can get the other one. That would be very, very good. The Bone Daddies are holding well, and let's get these Sepulchral Stalkers to shoot here, although Throt did come back in, so shooting him probably would be cost-effective. And those are going to be Death Runners on the outside, so Death Runners are a little bit Thunderbolts and Lightning. We're going to go charge you to keep you from getting into the secondary, and using Liber Mortis as well. So how are we looking back here on the Carrion? They're doing pretty good, so we're going to go back there, shut that shit down, and move you there too. All right, so he's going to help fight. We can drop a Skeleton Summon right there just to get that going. Do the debuff right there, and Arkan is going to need to run away. So we can go ahead and keep nailing Throt with this. In the meantime, you advance, you guys advance. Throt's going to be getting it, and our Skeleton Horsemen are doing pretty good here. Meanwhile, we're going to need another, I think a Chariot here would actually be very good. So we're going to call it a Chariot to run down these rats here, which is going to be nice. All right, so Ogres keep going in the backfield, and we do manage to get on top of the artillery, so that's going to be taken offline, which is outstanding, and cool. So now we're just chilling, and let's readjust where our catapults are going. So we're going to get one catapult here, one over there. Keep shooting at you guys, and we do manage to keep those rat ogres from our backfield. Still getting cost-effective shots here, and the catapult's going to be taken offline now, right? So that is good. Now we're pretty well ahead in value. Throt is hiding somewhere, just doing rat things, and the artillery piece is going to be attacked by Night Runners. Let's go back there to make sure we really get the kill, and the Chariot is going to absolutely destroy these Death Runners. They're going to have a really bad time. All right, so Skeleton Horsemen, let's get you up there on the objective. You guys can move in and fight here. Arkan the Black, we want him to recharge his shit, and we get a nasty charge there. So now we're going to come back and do this, and it looks like the catapult is going to be taken offline as my opponent does use a Cleansing Rune right there. Okay, so the ground is being taken by us. We're just kind of keeping our layers of defenses. We do see this Packmaster character back here, so we could probably break him right now. I should have brought Doom and Darkness. That was a big mistake. But look at the Tomb King Chariots putting in work. Really able to run over those infantry and do some nice damage. Okay, so looking fine. This character back here is going to get broken. We're advancing up. Carrion able to do their thing and chase down the crew. So we're just going to hide you guys in the trees over there and use them for later purposes. All right, Chariots into the back of these units. We do have some Ogres here, so we're going to go provide support. We need to switch the catapult fire. So 5 can go here, and 6 can go over here. Warlock Engineer, Plague Monks. Okay, great. Look at the dreaded Chariots, man. They're doing some heavy lifting. Throt has emerged from the tree line. We do manage to break my opponent's Packmaster here, so let's get these Ushabti Great Bows out of combat, and then we're going to continue our work on Throt. I have a hell of a lot of time to play, by the way. I have a hell of a lot of time, so we are not in any sort of dire straits right now. All right, so the catapult is shooting. Carrion are waiting for him to call in another artillery piece, and that character should be taken offline. Ushabti Great Bows need to start shooting Throt again. My opponent coming in with some Wolf Rats, but Tomb Kings are one of the best, in terms of defending these types of situations, that's for sure. All right, so the Chariot's going to get in. We do get on top of the Plague Monks there. Let's go steal his home objective, although we are in a little bit of danger back here. So we could just charge you and get you guys to come in here and charge these guys, and that should be all safe. All right, so Wolf Rat's trying to get around the outside. They're trying to catch me outside. How about that? Chariots here running into Plague Monks, but there are Ogres. So we don't want to mess with the Ogres. And do we get the doggies? Oh, really nice maneuvering there. We might need to call in another Horseman to prevent the actual demolition of my artillery pieces. So we are going to do that. Okay, so these guys get in front of them there, and those should be going down. That's going to be a beautiful cleansing rune for my opponent, by the way. Really, really nice. So we're going to fan out. You guys are going to move. You guys are going to move. Catapults, just shoot both of them into these guys. Let's get the chariots microing over here, see if we can escape. And the 2 horseman units do feast on the wolf rats. I need to make sure they fully run, though, or else, you know, we could have some problems. All right, so how are we looking on the objective here? Looking fine. It's basically just the warlock engineer, so I should be able to punish him. These horsemen can move over this direction, and I think we just reinforce our back point. Ooh, sneaky, sneaky. You clever git. All right, so these guys are going to come in, get these death runners offline, and you guys can continue chasing these guys. And where's that warlock engineer? He's right there. Killing the warlock engineer would be pretty good. All right, so chariot's going to come in the back. Horseman moving in. Throt getting a little bit low. Do we really want to chase this guy? I don't feel like it's worth my time, because we might need a triple cap at some point. I'm just leaving those carrying there in case he calls out a weapons team or something, so we're going to do that. All right. So you guys come in, you guys move over here. Let's get everybody rallying and getting ready to party. Do I have anything fast? We do have some horsemen coming in there. Should be able to deal with this, and I'm hoping they'll be able to deal with that. All right, so we get a big alpha strike here. Throt is actually dying. Overcast it because I think he's slightly out of range, so we're going to try and get him with that before he can flee. Throt is now broken, and the legions of Nehekara are going to be feasting once more. I have the Ushapti summon. I don't really know where I need to use it. Haven't needed to use it so far. It's a pretty good matchup for us, obviously. Let's do a little bit of ward save over there. You guys chase that engineer down, and we're going to get you here. You to shoot with your bow right there. And golden. All right, so Arkan is going to just do evil necromancer things. We do see some Doom players coming in, but I have a metric shit ton of mass. Let's get you guys there, and probably just call it the Big Sphinx. This is a very difficult matchup for the Skaven. So yeah, I mean, if my opponent's playing very well, it's a pretty cursed matchup. All right, we're gonna do the Ushapti here. Do this, pull you guys back, and what else do we have in the back that's available? Catapults and catapults. Let's fire at these plague monks. That's going to be a little bit nicer. We do see Throt over here, so the Ushapti summon will be nice. We're going to overcast on you because I think I'm out of range again, and get these Ushapti Great Bows to start shooting at Throt. Sepulchral Stalkers can move over here, and we need to keep routing these guys off. All right. So we use the Lieber here, which is going to be reducing our cooldowns. Throt's not looking super good. He's like, I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark. All right, so we're going to run you guys down, get the chariots heading to the back objective, and over here I don't think there's any issues, so we can honestly just threaten this at this point. And start calling in baseline infantry, probably. Man, Tomb King's mobility is so good. It's like the entire strength of the faction, I think. Like, sure, the undead infantry are fine and everything, but they are just so good at playing with their cav. They're just such good utility. Not in every matchup, but at least here, right? Okay, let's do this, do this, do this. Get chariots to run these guys down. Outside objective looking pretty buttered up for us. And we can get another unit coming out here. Yeah, just start waddling towards the point. Let's steal that home objective. So 2 catapults. What do we have to shoot? Yeah, let's shoot you. And we're going to shoot you guys as well. That one's going to go to us. And the home objective is for sure going to be taken. Yeah, lots of their light cavalry is amazing. It's just such good quality, you know? All right, so what do we have here? The Warlock Engineer. I think we're fine. And, yep, you guys are coming into party. And keep chasing these guys off so they don't come back and cause me issues. And we will gather up here. All right, back you go to the objective. This one's a little bit shady McGrady. But we do have a lot of units that are free to go. So we're going to get you guys over there and get some carrion because it's all I can really call in that can get there in time. I'm still line of sighted, which feels bad, but that objective should be ours. We have an 11,000 value lead against their freaking 5, which is pretty savage. Catapults, yep, shoot at the healthy clan rats coming in. Healthy clan rats here. Gather you guys back. Arkan's going to do a little bit of a summon right there. So we just do a little stave. Do that, and they should be able to fight off those clan rats. Now we can come over here and make sure nothing gets too crazy. So Throt is running. These wolf rats are going to break. The capture weight's going to come back to us. Do a little bit of leverage, but we don't have any options for it. So we're just going to get you with a Spirit Leech from downtown. Maybe get a leadership break on those guys. Catapults are cooking. Yeah, they're cooking. All right, so where do we go next? What do we want to call in? Okay, there we go. All right. Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. And there we have it. All right, guys. The good times, they are a-rolling, and it looks like we are going to be doing it. Rattling gunners in the back, not a bad choice, but they are very vulnerable against some of the diving tools I have, especially the carrion can get in there and be very annoying. That is such a nice aspect of the Tomb Kings. Like, not having to unsummon shit is so freaking good. Like, we don't need to worry about any of that. We're just like, yeah, all right, I guess I just constantly have things in the pool, whereas with human factions, you just have to be really on point with that. Otherwise, you could just straight up lose games, you know? It's a lot. So Arkin's going to be there. We'll drop a Spirit Leech on our boys. He runs into the woods on Throt. Very cool to see a Chad Throt the unclean pick, for sure. Let's get you guys advancing, and that's just a rock hard triple cap right now. And he's going to lose these Teeth Breakers right now as well. Arkin can do that. It's going to get you on cooldown. I believe Throt is just scurrying into the trees. Yes, yes. Let's flee you guys back here. You guys are chilling, and yep, the Legions of Nehekara, they are moving and a grooving. So what do we have back here? Yeah, it looks like just the engineer from before. Rattling Gunners, let's get him with a carrion. And there's no chances for them. Yeah, we'll unsummon this. Get you guys shooting at these guys. Looks fine. Sepulchral Stalkers over here. You guys head up there. Chariots run over the Skaven Slaves. And let's get you guys over this way. And you guys to park right here. Great bows shooting ogres. So that's going to be everything that we want. More horsemen coming out too. God, it's so much pressure, man. So much pressure. The carrion climbing the tower, I know, is pretty funny, actually. Yeah, they were able to climb that hill. All right. Go fight here, and we're going to unsummon the catapults now, probably, although there still is some damage being done by some of them. Park you on the back point here. Throt the Unclean, I think, is still alive in the trees. I'm not sure if he's still kind of cackling at us here. Let's get these guys in to fight the ogres, and fight the ogres with Arkin. Let's run you guys down. We can park one more Skeletor out there and move you guys right up the middle. Nehekara Horsemen, let's get in there and fight. If Throt shows his little rat face, we're going to be able to deal with him. I got Buna too. I could use Buna to shut down Teeth Breakers. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Carrying just following orders. That's right. the Skaven assassinated Nagash for a reason. I think this is a better target. So we can't Cleansing Ruin me again. So we're going to Spirit Leech him. Alright, so that guy gets broken. We're going to unsummon you guys. Get the Chariots moving in. Yes. And yes. You guys intercept there. You guys intercept here. It's crazy, man. I've been watching some people who play this game competitively. Somewhat like myself. And the advantage you get from using debug camera is really gross. It's really, like, just the amount of control and awareness you can have of the map compared to me who has to, like, turn the whole camera. I'm like, dude, it's like... In an ideal world for me, I would ban debug camera. If there was a way to police it, I personally think it's not part of the base game and it's a modding tool. I would love to just see debug camera not being used, but, you know, there would be people who push back and be like, oh, well, you know, it's been a Total War tradition for a long time, which they would be right about. You know, it has been part of Total War multiplayer for a long time, but honestly, if I could not have debug camera be allowed in multiplayer so everybody has to play the same game on a fair and even level, sign me up, you know? Oh, the catapults did good. Yeah, no, catapults are really good against Skaven because Skaven have low leadership. They're very punishing. And let's see what we got here. So, yeah, look at that. 317 kills and only 947 value. Pretty crazy. Hey, Chicken Nuggets, thank you for subscribing. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh. Get. Anna says we didn't hear him in the next county over. They didn't hear me yet. Yeah. All right, guys. So, let's see what's going on here. We do have Ark in the Black sitting here with 2071 value. So his Spirit Leeches were very cost effective against those characters. We do have the Catapults doing very well. And aside from that, you know, Chariots did really nice against the Death Runner guys who shot you Great Bows, 2200 value. It's a hard matchup for Skaven. There's a way to play this for Skaven, which I was almost able to beat out of region. Not quite. There's a while back. But basically, you go very wide with a bunch of slingers and you just attrition them down. And you can mix in some Storm Vermin too, but... I'm sorry, man. I'm having some allergies today. You know, it is what it is. The discourage effect from the catapults is extremely clutch. It is. GG to my opponent. GG, dog. Really TK favored. I would say that's a 70-30 matchup for Tomb Kings. Okay. And let's see what is cooking now. Okay, so I think the last time I used it, I used Trench Craventail. I think was legit my choice. We'll take a look at the tourney in a second. Tomb Kings, though, off to a good start. 2-0, you know, no complaints. And so that's a really hard matchup for Skaven. I definitely feel bad for him a little bit. That was something I thought about asking CA about. I wanted to ask them if... Wouldn't it be the way better to make CA? Yes, dude, that's exactly what I was about to say. I was about to say I wanted to ask CA if they could make an option in multiplayer where you could click a button and it turns off debug camera so players can't use it. But they could leave, if for any tournaments that want to keep it, they can keep it. But I would like to see people play the game as it's intended, you know, like the original, like this is the multiplayer game. This is what people on leaderboard use, right? Or on quick battle. This is what people who are coming out of nowhere play. It's the same as campaign, you know. Because debug camera is such an advantage. It's such an advantage. You're really setting yourself back if you're not using it. Which I hate it personally, because you can't see the models. Like the whole cool thing about Total War for me is seeing like the fantasy models battling, you know. But that would be probably, I wonder if that'd be a hard change for them. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I think most people, Doctor would be. I think some of the turbo sweats would push back against it because they'd have to relearn how to play the game, but a little bit. But overall, I think it'd be more fair. Yeah. Okay. UI enhancements. I know they're using performance enhancing enhancements. So with debug camera, you can float into outer space. So when you have the overhead camera, you can sit super far above the map and you can see everything. So most of the top players, they don't even zoom in like I do. They play from outer space and they just micro the whole map and don't even move the camera. Like they do sometimes to get like close-up shots and things like that. But yeah, so you obviously guys watch me. I play the game in its vanilla state and we have some success, but we would be a lot stronger if we use debug camera. You see everything. You see the whole map. You don't need to zoom in any direction or even turn your camera. You can call in reinforcements without moving your camera. You can do everything. Yeah. Debug camera also means you can look into your opponent's window through their window. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have it set up, so unfortunately I can't show you, but okay, so what's going on here? And see. Cool. So talking to my opponent there, just kind of explaining that the matchups are really, really cursed. It's a truly forbidden one, guys. Okay, so refreshing that. And now we have a couple rounds left. Oh, we got Subutai versus Anticity there. Playing it on out. Yeah, we should have to play from first person, actually. Yeah, that'd be cool. It makes it so you need like zero situational awareness. That's true, right? You could just kind of space out and just kind of like, you see everything immediately. Yeah. Yeah, you have to go into the game files and change a value. Yeah, that even like is even more justification for it not being allowed in multiplayer. It's literally a manipulation of the game files. But it's one of those things that like, you know how like in professional sports, there's like certain traditions which are like illegal or like not legal in the sport, but they've been like handed down. So people just let that shit slide, you know? That's like the debug camera from Total War. I feel like it's dodged it for far too long. Yeah. That's going to be my next crusade. I mean, but again, I don't want to remove it from multiplayer. I just want to have an option as a tournament host to turn it off, so they have to play the normal game. Bannerlord Warhammer mod is kind of first-person Total War Warhammer 3. It is. Yeah. I'm excited for them to add more. I want to see the greenskins and dwarves, and we'll get back to doing playthroughs with that. It's going to be uber fun. I got you. Okay. So we're going to drop you. Refresh this real quick. You remember Hans Van Haggard? Oh, we're going to have Grudge McGrudgenstein. There's going to be some a fun dwarf playthrough. There's going to be a lot of goodness. All right, we're going to drop this player. Perfect. Where are we at? Okay, so we're going to need to adjust his score. So Renegade should have the Uno wins. Let's see how this looks. Aspen, it's really just repetitions. It's just playing forever. I've been playing Total War games for a long time, and that's really what it is. If you have like any sort of an RTS background and you just play for a long time, you're gonna get there. No, Turin, don't ruin my image of Falcon playing. I think Falcon did not use debug. Did he use debug camera? I don't remember if he did, actually. We can go look at his old videos real quick. I think he still has a YouTube channel. I'm going to go peek real quick, actually, because now you got me curious. All right. Here we are. Does he have his channel still? He does. Okay, let me turn the game sound off here. Man, he hasn't uploaded a video in 2 years. It's sad face. Okay, so that was like, let's see what his live streams look like. Man, the last Falcon stream was 2 years ago. Jeez, that's so long. Okay, does he play from outer space? Oh, it doesn't look like it. I don't think he used debug camera, actually. No, it looks like he's playing with the legit camera. What a hero. Okay. So, let's see how we're looking here. Subutai and Anticity having a sweat fest right there. And it looks like they finished. Who won that game? It was won by Subutai defeating Anticity there. Take a look at that. I'd be curious to see that replay. Oh, he played Vampire Counts again. Yeah, he was having problems with that matchup. Oh, that's not true, Fidel. He uses the debug camera, for sure. Okay. So where are we? I'm waiting for one game. So taking a look at the tournament right now, we have the Bye versus Mr. Hill. These guys are battling it out. Every game is finished. Do a little refresher to see what the current standings look like. Lucas, I'll tell Frost to open the, if he's around, I'll talk to him about it. I don't know what it's for, so I'll have to see. Okay. So look at us, guys. 2 wins. And the player we beat in round 1, Snickerdoodle, also got a win for Nurgle, helping our tiebreaker. Yeah. Anticity, you just arrived. Did you hear me going on my crusade tangent about getting rid of debug camera? Yeah. I think it would be kind of an interesting thing to just have a button available in multiplayer lobbies to disable it. You know? It's kind of a weird one, because it is an alteration to the game files, right? So it's a manipulation to the game outside of its intent. But it's so ingrained in the culture of Total War Competitive, and it has been for years. We were just having that philosophical discussion here. Okay. Cool. So everybody's done. I'm going to advance the round now. Here we go. And let's freaking get it. Okay. Let's do it. Oh, that's not true, General. No, that's not true. Yeah, they would definitely allow it. They have for all the previous tournaments. Okay, advancing the Swiss. And here we go to round 3. Morgie. Thank you for resubscribing. We got round 3. We got Gondola the Patient, a very strong opponent. This player is a beast. I think we are 1-1 in our last 2 games, I think. Round 3. So round 3 is live. Anticity says, it'd be interesting playing without it. To be honest, I've never been a huge fan of dev intent. StarCraft 1 uses many non-dev intended mechanics. Yeah, I agree with you, Ant. Look at this. Anticity's on board. All right. Hell yeah, dude. What a hero. What a hero. Anticity is the hero we needed all along. All right, guys. This is going to be round 3, and it is live. And here we go. Is it playing Tomb King's music when I have that background? Does the background you have in the game change your music? It's like playing epic, like mummy music. Hell yeah. Yeah, Gondola is very good. This player is very strong. Okay, so this is going to be round 3. This is an important one for us, and we're going to be on the ban. Yes. Let's get the lobby invite going there. Perfect. And there we go. Yeah, we're playing Skeletons. We're 2-0 so far, but we had one matchup versus Nurgle that was very tight. Skaven is super favored for us, so we had a pretty good one there. Yeah, Anticity, it doesn't have to be removed. I don't think debug camera should ever be removed. It's great for campaign. It's great for casual stuff. And you know, for some tournaments, I think it's fine. I just wanted to experiment with the meta and see what that would be like in terms of like leveling the playing field for people who don't use it. It would be interesting. Okay. First, as always, okay. Need to see what my opponent's playing. I'm going to bring some sweet builds tonight, though, guys. You're in for a treat. Oh, Vampire Counts. Shit. How does this matchup look nowadays? Okay. So banning, so we got the Blazing Ramparts. Banning Ramparts. Yes. All right. Cool. Let's get it. Thank you guys for joining tonight. Options are always great. I agree. Yeah, sounds good, Ant. It's not like something. I would be curious to run a season of Total Tavern, just one season without it, and see how that goes for people. You know. Okay. Strike it down with all of your hatred. Yes. Good. I'm sure the people on your stream would love it too, Anticity. They would get to see the models. Although you play pretty close, actually. Anticity plays pretty close. I think Own Goal might play further. Tim, he plays like literally from orbit. Anticity, you can still see the models. All right. Arrow Titan, Arc and the Black Spirit, Leech Spam. That does sound really funny, actually. I mean, yeah, we can do shit like that here, for sure. I need to see what the map is before we start working on our build. So I'm waiting for my opponent to do their map ban. So it's either going to be Brave Valley, which is like yeah, it's like that big hill map, or it's going to be, the a more open map, which is going to be the Haunted Vale. Yeah, so we'll see. Haunted Vale seems thematic as an undead battle. Yes, Haunted Vale. So I have some ideas about this matchup. Tim does play from actual low orbit. Yeah, he really does. Anticity says, I've been trying to zoom in more often just so people can see the units. I know. Well, I watch a fair number of your games, Ant, and I always appreciate it when you zoom in so I can see my tabletop models fighting in a video game. All right. So let's see this. So vampire counts, eh? All right, let's get it. Oh, I really want to try this. This is some truly forbidden sauce, though. Oh, it's so forbidden. All right. So we're going to try you. We're going to probably cut that. Do we need this? We don't. That's good. What is that? That's okay. Dude, you guys are going to love this build, by the way. This is your power fantasy build. All right. So there's that, and there's that. Yes. Yes. I'm trying something really, really, really wild. It's off meta, but I think it could be kind of good. Or I'm just going to be salty, and after the game, I'm going to be complaining nonstop. Like, it's fucking bullshit. It can only go one way. All right. So there's that. What the hell is this? What is that? Okay, we're going to cut the hell out of that. Okay, that was weird. Okay, and then for you, we're going to go ahead and get some skirmishers. All right. Remember the Titans? Remember the Titans. I love it. What does the Titan actually do in this matchup? Does it do anything? I don't know. It seems like it's so expensive. God. I don't know, man. Because Gondola is a very good player. Like, if I go a little bit too memey, I'm just going to get steamrolled. But, like, look, this is about learning, right? So we need to try weird shit that you would not normally think works, right? Yeah, we're doing it. Okay, so let's get you. Gonna get swarmed by Fellbats, yes. Got my pretties. Fellbats will ride. We'll see, Dan. It's on the table, all right? It's on the table. So let's get that, and let's try some of these guys, actually. Oh, that's gonna be cool as hell. All right, I already love this build. It's super cool. Yeah, it's got some sauce. You know, it's got some sauce here. Let's get some of these too. Okay, so 3 of those. Is there any need for Skeleton Horsemen in this matchup? I mean, I feel like not really. They can kind of like fight bats and things like that, but overall not going to be super good. All right. And for our last Disappearing Acts, the Skeleton Horsemen Archers I think are going to be uber cost effective. And what are these good against here? Yeah, they're good against a fair bit, right? They're good against a fair bit. Oh, I regret this already so hard. Can you guys talk me out of this shit? I had a good build and then I just switched it to whatever the hell this is. Oh, you guys did me dirty. Don't do it. It's too late. I already did it. Oh God, it's coming. Let's go. No, you'll find out, Monster Hunter. You're going to find out right now what I'm talking about. So we have some wild shit. It is complete tinfoil hat craziness. There's a decent chance I can maybe get lucky. My build is going to be like punishing my opponent's mistakes, basically. Like, if he makes mistakes, I can feast, you know? By the way, whoever put these trees in the middle of this map, you know, we need to have a talk. All right, so we got you and you, so we're going to send you up here. Oh, I got double Boner Giant and a Titan. It's very ambitious. All right, so you guys are going to go up and grab this. Grab that point. Great. And yeah, the Bone Giants in theory should be okay against a couple vampire count things, right? Oh, I regret it. Well, look, this could work. We're learning and experimenting today. I'm not a Tomb Kings player. I mean, I've played them enough in Warhammer 2 that I know how to play them, but yeah, it's a cool build. All right, so you're going to move up there. We're going to get you guys moving over here. So let's get you guys up on the point. Boner Giant's going to move, and Kalita's going to go here with the caster, and we're going to go ahead and call in you over here, do a little bit of this, and put you in group 5. All right. So Harry Potter's going to go and get this with Kalita. That's going to go to us. My opponent does have a Strigoi Vampire Lord. Corpse carts, a lot of undead units. The White Kings are going to be a bit of a problem. But hey, look at that. We already made contact, which is awesome, right? So we're going to come over here now, zip and grab this objective. And yeah, we got some cool shit, man. We got some cool stuff. So we need to take Fire at Will off on the Bone Giant so we don't waste the ammunition. And let's see what we can do next. So let's save the ammo here. Yes. Boner Giants are a little bit out of range right now, but that's fine. So we're going to grab this objective. And what can the Boner Giants shoot at the moment? Nothing really. Ideally, I'm hitting the corpse carts. I'm like hitting those type of things, you know? That's what it would be. All right, so let's call in. What do we see coming in here? It's going to be Crypt Ghouls. Oh, you sneaky git. I see you. I see you with your little Crypt Ghouls out there. The Boner Giants, the trees are going to be a big problem. I can already feel it. Like, you can see they're just right up in the way here, which is so tough. And, yeah, my opponent hiding most of the stuff there, which is smart. And the Horseman can maintain capture weight. Let's get the Titan to come over here, keep you here, get you over there. Kalita's going to go zip over here and see what's going on with the ghouls. And we can go ahead and call in some Nehekara Horsemen to run up that way and do their thing. All right, so let's maybe move you down and under here. We're going to maintain capture weight for now. Titan's going to move in and start bonking, and let's go get our caster there. We need to buy as much time as humanly possible, really. And we're going to get a warrior to come here and help hold this. All right. So, yeah, our dudes are just hanging out. And we're going to get in there and start bonking some of these guys in the head. Titans are coming around the outside. And here it comes. All right. So we see Crypt Ghouls coming here. Kalita's going to be chilling. And the Skeleton Horseman can pull back. And we want our Lich Priest to pull back, too. And great. So now you guys move and do your thing there. We're going to get the Boner Giants to start shooting at the Corpse Cart, because that's the easiest target for us. Titan's going to fight, and we can do a little bit of this. We're going to pop this at you and see what we can do. And great. All right, so the Boner Giants have already killed the Corpse Cart. We get big damage on the enemy Lord. So we're going to start wearing down that Lord, and we're going to do this. And cool, so we see the ghouls here. We're going to do more of these, bring those guys out here. And Kalita and company are going to go this way. All right, so the Titan's just going to do its thing. We're going to go ahead and Spirit Leech you. And yeah, we are getting our charge on. Kalita's going to go help fight these ghouls. And let's park you guys here, put Fire at Will back on. And the Boner Giants can now shoot at the enemy Lord, which is going to be fun. All right, so Nehekara Horsemen in a bit of a hard fight, but, you know, that's their whole thing. Do we finish off the Corpse Cart? I think we do. So we're going to kill that Corpse Cart back there, because he's going to start dodging my shots and paying attention there. So, you know, obviously don't want any of that smoke. All right, so Nehekara Warriors are on the way out. We're going to go ahead and move you guys and get another Horseman coming in to clear up this riffraff that's coming for us. On the backside, we do have some ghouls, so we're going to get them here, have them go help out, and just keep our archers shooting. The big thing is holding this point, right? That's going to be the big thing. So Titan, we could use a Shem's Burning Gaze. Actually, we're going to use it on you. So my opponents used most of their Winds of Magic to kind of keep their shit together here. Nehekara Horsemen are in the fight, and now we're going to retreat you back. And the Boner Giants are going to come in and clean up. And what do we want to get shooting here? Let's finish off the Corpse Cart, and we do have another nasty Serpent Shot, so we're going to use that on you. And Kalita's going to need a little bit of smoke here, so we're going to come in, get ready for a snare, get these horsemen coming back, and we could just start calling in, honestly, more infantry. Yeah, we're going to need to fight for this point. It's not going to be easy, but Corpse Guard is almost down for the count, and we do have a Shem's Burning Gaze. We're going to get it on the big boy. So let's do the Shem's Burning Gaze on you. Kalita is going to retreat back, and we are going to get triple cap. So this is where my build becomes a little bit precarious, in that we invest super hard into sniping and don't have any objective agency, right? So that is hard. Okay, a couple of Fellbats coming in. And Kalita is going to go and just chew whatever she can. So she's going to attack back here. Boner Giants are going to go in guard mode, and we're going to start ripping shots here. All right, so how's the Titan looking, by the way? It's trying its best. Let's call the Titan over here and get it to this objective. See if we can maybe get some holding power going right there. And we do get that, which is good. Titan's going to come back to this point, and yeah, I feel like we just are too in on sniping. We're basically playing like a land battle build. We're going to probably have some problems getting through all these units, right? Because my opponent's still got so much over there, you know? And unless my opponent really fumbles their lord, I think we're going to have some problems. Khalid's going to go after the White King here. We're going to get you moving in there, and we do have a Shem's Burning Gaze, so we're going to get you again. And we're going to do a Shem's Burning Gaze on you again, too. All right, so moving on up. Boner Giants are on the move, and Khalid's going to get in and start going after the White King characters. The question is, how do we get these freaking objectives, man? You know, it's going to be hard. All right, let's get these guys to come after them. The Boner Giants are, you know, clubbing through some of these things. Khalid's getting some okay attacks into the White Kings, which are going to be very, very tough to remove. We do have the Serpents thing there we can use. So Bone Giants go in guard mode, rip some shots there where you can. Pull you guys back, and we need melee Shopti. But God, it's going to take us like 50 years to get through all these units. I think we lost. I think the game's already over, honestly. We cheesed too hard, and my opponent was just, you know, had a normal build, and we don't have the tools to get through it. Just going to be way too difficult. All right, so let's get on these Fell Bats. Shopti are coming out. Maybe I got to start split pushing a little bit. I don't know. That's going to be incredibly difficult, so we're going to charge here. Bone Giants, we want to shoot at the Cryptors, and we do have the Shem's Burning Gaze, which we can use on you guys, too. Bone Giants do get these guys crumbling, which is good. Let's fight here if we can, and now we can start playing the middle a little bit. I think we're going to have to play like all three objectives. Like I brought a lot of stuff here that's going to take 5,000 years. The Titan is just too much. I think double Bone Giant could have been good. But yeah, the Salt must flow. We can complain and just be like, oh, you know, build loss, you know, afterwards. It's perfect. So his Lord has been screened out, which is nice. Khalid's going to help right here with her Serpent Staff. And my Wizard, my Harry Potter, actually gets a little bit trapped here, which feels bad. But let's go ahead and shoot here. And we're going to go ahead and net you down. So we're going to net this character. And hopefully my Wizard can escape. And can we do this? Are we going to be able to reach you? Come on, Harry Potter. Get out of there. All right, so we drop that. We're going to get the Shem's Burning Gaze there, too. And then we're going to get the Serpent Staff thing. And just try and get the big snipe. That's basically all we got. All right, so you guys move in. And the Skirmisher is going to continue poking. And we'll come with some of these guys. And both Bone Giants miss, unfortunately. But how's the Titan doing? The Titan... What is even killing the Titan here, guys? What is this? What witchcraft is this? How are the Boner Giants looking? They're looking okay. We're going to move you guys up to the objective now and start getting that going. I just don't even understand how my Titan is getting low or taking damage at all. You Horsemen do your thing here. You guys fight right there. And yeah, we are going to get back. Use the sniping right there on you. The Bone Titan is going to move over there and just look really, really cool in the process, by the way. And on the backside, we have some Nehekara Horsemen. Should be able to beat the Dire Pack. Way too ambitious, guys. Way too ambitious this build was. I guess we can call out some of the Necropolis Knights. That was my other thing. I wanted to use big Necropolis Knights, the Snake Knights, and see what we could do. But my opponent's already at 800 freaking points, you know? It's going to be so much. All right, let's take the pot shots there. The Ushopti are chewing on them. Titan is going to help with these. Nehekara Warriors are doing good, and we do have sneaky Cav Knights coming out. All right. Yeah, the Boner Giants usually are a disappointment. You know, against lesser, like newer players who are beginners, maybe not as skilled as you are, you can sometimes cheese shit out with them, but... against good players, they just dodge it. It's way too easy to dodge. All right, so we're going to get you guys in, the Snake Cavalry. And what do we got next? All right, Titan, come back here. Maybe we can get like a pick on you. I did lose my caster, which feels bad. So we're going to chase you a little bit. Get the Bone Giants to go here. Khalid's going to come in and apply some poison as well. Maybe my opponent will throw the game, letting me get their Lord. I don't know. We're still like even losing the fights on the objectives, right? That's like the tricky thing. All right, so Horsemen, come over there. Boner Giant's going to shoot, and I'm happy to take this fight here. It's got to be fine, so we'll do this. Get you guys in guard mode, rip some shots there, and we do have some Horsemen there who won their fight. Let's get up and get the Skeleton Warriors and do their thing. All right, so they do get away. Obviously, the Necropolis Knights should win this fight. Khalid's a little bit low as well. The Titan is just so bad. I don't even know. It probably, yeah, 1,000 value, but that's all from its Spirit Leeches and its missile attacks. That's not from, like, actual performances. All right, let's get you up here, move you there. Get you guys around the outside. And the Boner Giants, yeah, they just can't hit the broadside of a barn here. It's not happening, guys. Okay? Come on, Bone Giants. I guess they don't want Bone Giants to be good. You know, they're worried they would be too cheesy, which I understand that. We do get 2 direct hits right there, which is cool. For sure, if your opponent is caught sleeping, it can do some nasty work. Like, the Titan can't even kill these Crypt Ghouls. If that was a Necrosphinx, or excuse me, a Camarine War Sphinx, it would have been dead like 10 minutes ago. All right, let's move you guys up, move you guys up. We got to start playing triple cap if we want to have a glimmer of hope. So we're going to move you guys up and start playing all 3 objectives, obviously. Are we even ahead on value? Not really. Like, we're trading evenly, which is not good since he has the objectives, right? Like, that's all bad news bears. Necropolis Knights, go wreck those Cryptors. Let's slap you in guard mode, and Kalita is just going to have to fight here. Help out with these. Guard mode is activated. My opponent does get hit with something. So this is the time of the Titan to shine. Remember the Titans, guys. Remember the Titans. All right, so we get a fight here. Mainly Direwolves. Go here, and we're going to get another Nehekara Horseman to come in and pressure that side. My opponent at 1,200 points. The big boy is getting a little bit low. Maybe Kalita is going to be able to do something, but these guys are in critical binding, actually. They're getting really low. Titan is struggling to hit the big man there for my opponent. All right. Oh, if you guys wanted to know what debug camera, this is what debug camera looks like. Except it's like a permanent camera thing. You don't have to hit a button to do it. That's just like the normal, like, advanced, like, tactical camera or whatever from campaign, but it looks very similar to that. A little bit different, debug camera. It's a little bit easier to maneuver with it, I would say. All right, so yeah, we are just cooked in a half, guys. We value traded evenly, but this isn't land battle. This is dumb. We need to play the objectives too. All right, guys, advancing in there. Looks good, and now we can bounce over here and get these guys. We're going for the triple cap. We are going, slowly but surely. We do nail his lord twice. Hey, look, I mean, his guy is almost dead, straight up. We can get some skeleton horsemen to come under and try and punish him there. We'll see. Titan is going to move up on that objective there in the middle, but we're slowly taking ground with the Necropolis Knights, but they're losing to just, like, chaff units, basically. Yeah. All right, so you guys come here. GG, well played. We'll see if we can get the Lord pick here. It was just too haggard. Too many memes in one build. It was ambitious, like a big sniping build, but I think you could do either the Titan or the 2 Bone Giants. You can't do all 3 of them. It's just can't hold an objective. It's impossible against vampire counts. All right. Well played to my opponent, though, man. He's really good. I mean, playing players like this is great because it teaches you which builds are a meme and which ones are actually, like, have niche viability, right? Because they're going to play strong against you, and they're going to teach you the problems. Yeah, kill the Vampire Lord. They have to fumble it really early. GG, dog. Okay, report score, please. Well played to my opponent. Score, please. Okay. Yeah, so if we wanted to make some variant of that build work, how does that work? Like, how can we actually feast? Kalita did good. Like, everything got some value. The Titan did get 1,700, but it cost 2,000. The Titan should probably cost like 1,600 to make it more viable. It's just, for how slow and clunky it is, it's way too expensive. Boner Giants, one of them did okay. It got about 1,200, but nothing crazy, right? Everything else is fine, like the Warriors and the Necropolis Knights were another ambitious. If it's any Solus, this matchup is pretty cursed, even with a solid meta Tomb Kings build. That's good to know, so I would have lost anyways, is what you're saying. Got it. Okay. No problem, Max. I feel better now. But yeah, what would be a solid meta Tomb Kings build? Probably like double Khemri and War Sphinx, right? I feel like they'd be able to bully a lot, but Tomb Kings they just get tar pitted by Cryptors, right? I think you gotta find a way to hold one objective. The White Kings are a huge problem too. I don't know how you kill the White Kings. They just take way too long to kill, even in the new patch. I mean, maybe you could get like, what about Tomb Scorpions? That's something to test out. Let's go ahead and check it. So we go to this. Oh, why did it pull me back in that lobby? That was weird. Okay, and let me check this. My opponent should report the score. The round is coming to a conclusion. It looks like Apostate might have an extra point. Let me check. So they have 1 point, and then here they should have 2 points. Let's check that. Yeah, banishment would be okay. Yeah, the Wizard was a weak point for sure in my build. It was a very weak point. Apparently that matchup is really cursed. Construct play is really terrible. Chaff and Cav spam is the best way. Got it. Thank you, Max. Appreciate the wisdom, brother. Yeah, that does seem like a hard matchup too, though. But I deserve that because I got an easy matchup the last time with Skaven, so that's my penance for my crimes. Can you please do more 2v2 tourneys? And can you also define... Well, Haggard is a bit of it's language that was used in my hometown a lot by teenagers in the early 2000s. It was basically to just... When something is like Haggard, it's like it's run down, it's disheveled, it's tired looking, it's inefficient. You know, the way I use it, it's kind of like inefficiency or like just a little bit rough. You know, there's a bunch of ways in which we could describe things with it, but it's a great one. Scorpions apparently are pretty terrible, although they did get some impact hit changes, so I'm curious to see if that can come into play. Yeah, Nehekara Warriors are good, I think. Yeah, double Titan could be interesting. Are you even able to bring 2 Titans? Remember the Titans. Yes, no, those are the Ogre Kingdoms. Okay. No, wait, why am I unscaven? Did you guys see that? Like, kept the army? Yeah, you can only bring 1 Titan. Okay, that's funny. Only can bring 1 Titan. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and theory test here. We're going to test against the... yeah, some Tomb Scorpions. Let's do this. We could do Pillar of Bone as a good testing map because it's like super small. I want to see like a Tomb Scorpion versus like a White King character and see how that goes. Because like theoretically you could bring Ark in the Black with a Tomb Scorpion and they should be able to kill such a character very quickly, right? Helman Gorse can be back there just rubbing his sausage. And we'll get like, you know, you and we can test the capabilities here and see what can be done. All right, White King is there. Nobody brings these abilities. Just Scabscraith. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, Tomb Scorpions are weird. They are very weird. All right, guys, let's get it going. You had a close one versus own goal and just won that game. Nice. Hey, good, nice job, Dark Horse. That's a huge victory. He's playing Greenskins tonight, isn't he? Oh no, did you send him to my part of the bracket? Oh God, why would you do this? No, don't send him to my part of the bracket. All right. Let's do the Scorpion against the White King. We're going to do this. It's probably going to be terrible. I feel like they just struggle to hit things. Okay, what the hell was that shit? Talk about an overshot, huh? Okay, I mean it. Can you connect? Okay, so if we like Spirit Leech. I mean, that's not super cost effective. I mean, like the Scorpion's kind of losing the fight. And remember, vampires have healing, you know? Like this is a pretty big joke. Like anti-infantry monster with 400 plus weapon strength should definitely win that. Like look at this shit. He's almost like losing the duel and the vampires aren't even using their magic. Yeah, man, that's so much effort to kill. That's so much effort. I mean, how much value did you get? You got about 400 or 500 value, give or take. All right. See how it does here against these other characters. Yeah, if you had a Titan plus Arkan, maybe you could do some Spirit Leech action. Buna might not be bad also. But he didn't have any Graveguard or anything really even to Buna. I think they just trouble is as soon as you dive, after the White, your Scorpion gets trapped by Cryptors. Yeah, and you basically just lose the game at that point, right? It seems rough. Yes, David. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. All right, GG, well played. Gondola, absolute beast. And now we're going to be getting ready for round number 4, as we have one game still going. So we need my Chad tiebreaker to carry us into the sunset. Gondola is likely to go at least 4-1, 3-2, probably 4-1, I would say. So we probably do have some strong tiebreakers, but we can't afford to lose another game because it is a 35-person tournament. Although a couple people have dropped, which have made it a little bit tighter. But, okay, Romeo needs to get his by-round points and looking good everywhere else. All right. Secret Tector and Necrotect with Van Braces. Yeah. For sure, Anticity. That's something I've been neglecting. I forgot about it, but that item is cracked. Romeo gets his by-round victory. You can take them on foot. That's the real forbidden sauce right there. What do you do if you... yeah, it's just... Well, bragging rights, yeah. So basically, let me show what happens if you win the tournament. So I run a website called Total Tavern, which is the esports website we use for our competitive Total War League, which determines the world champions and all that kind of stuff, right? So as you get wins in tournaments, you earn a spot on the top of the leaderboard here, okay? So it's loading right now because it's got a lot going on. But you earn a spot on the leaderboard. So if you are, when the season ends, if you are a top 16 player in the world, which is this leaderboard, you get qualified for a major event, which usually has a pretty big prize pool, among other things. So that's what this tournament does. It would give you a tournament win, which helps you fight for a leaderboard position. Now, for me, it's not really relevant because since I'm the administrator of the championship and all that, I remove myself. Even if I do qualify, I step down and give my spot to other people. I'm not top 16 right now, but in the past we have been. And yeah, we usually just give the spot to somebody else. Regardless, I wouldn't have a chance of winning it. you know, these people are, the people at the top are very, very good. All right, so let's see what's cooking here and get it going. Okay. And still waiting on Snickerdoodle and Arno to finish their game. We're still in the running, guys. We're still in the running. We have a good tiebreaker. We have a good tiebreaker going. So what's new with you guys, man? How's life treating you? We're going to be getting some Dawn of War 1 remaster tournaments here in the next couple weeks, right? Comes out on what? August 12th, is it? That's going to be uber fun. That'll be really, really fun. No more meme builds. Well, you know, that build was a meme build, yes, Doctor, but it was also with the intent to win. I wasn't trying to throw the game with a meme. I was trying to cheese my opponent. I was hoping they would just bring like a Lord that would be easier to snipe, or they would blunder their micro and I could just snipe their Lord out and then win the game that way. It was a cheese build. It also ended up being a bit of a meme considering how ineffective it was, but no, we're not in top 4 yet, Nick. We are currently in round 4 of the tournament. We're just waiting for the last game to finish. Tony the Tiger, yeah, we're probably going to stay where we are in California. Yeah, we're going to probably look to move around here. My wife and I both like it here, so. Okay, so let's see here. They're playing. Okay, so just asking the homies when the game is going to be done. Why are we moving? Because we rent right now. We're renting a place and our lease is coming up, and we're going to be trying to find a more affordable situation because it is brutal where we live. What's up, Jareth? Welcome to the stream, man. Yeah, Tony. In another life, maybe. In another life. You never know. Could happen someday. But we played a lot of Magic today. Got to play some games with a couple of my favorite commanders. Smeagol popped off. He had some good games, and we also had some good games with Karlov, which was fun. He'll probably be finishing as soon as I'm done, Dark Horse. Otherwise, we would. Okay, still waiting, and they're done. Okay, so I'm going to be starting the next round now. And we will see. Yes. Yeah, we'll see if he does. I would be pretty surprised, though, because by the time the tournament's over, it's going to be like 11 at night for him, and I know he works, so, yeah. Advancing the Swiss. I play Golem in tabletop, not tabletop, in Magic cards, yeah. Smeagol, the helpful guide. It's a really fun deck. All right, so we got Zesty. He is Zesty indeed. So let's grab him. All right. So there we go. And announcements. This player is very good, very strong. So round 4. Good luck, have fun. And now let's see who's going to be doing the picks and bans here. Tomb Kings against Greenskins kind of interesting. Not really sure how to play that. But today we're learning. Win or lose, it's going to be a good experience. We got to channel our Mr. Rogers, you know. We're up. And let's go ahead and get Zesty in here. All right, host that. Do this. All right, and there we go. Perfect. I can resist the cheese temptation. I can. Do you ever play the beginner bracket? I don't play in beginner tournaments. No, I'm an advanced player, so yes. Banning. Whirling. Huge. Yeah, so we got Greenskins versus Tomb Kings here. And now my opponent's going to be picking the map here. The Dr. Kid, that lobby does exist. That's one of the players in our tournament. Okay, so we're going to play Itza. It's me, Itza. All right, so Itza is upon us. We're playing against the dreaded Greenskin Wog. Or Wa, however the hell they say that. And let's get it going. So Zesty, a very strong player. They've won a couple tournaments over the years, if I'm not mistaken. At least 1 or 2. So somebody with some chops. And what do we need to worry about for the Greenskins? What evil lies in store for us? Evil. Grand Hierophant Kotep's kind of an interesting idea. I really dislike that my opponent already has a build locked in here. What's up, Assyrian? How you doing, man? Thank you for the kind words. All right. So that looks fine. And now what we're going to do... Let's get you, probably. Yes. We'll get you here. Get that, this, and that. Don't need that, and do not need this, probably. But I think that's going to be it. No, no more double bone giant shit. I'm done with the bone giants for today, guys. They will not be released into the wild again. I can assure you of that. Okay, so against greenskins, what do we have to worry about? Like, mass is usually the problem, right? They're going to be coming at you with squigs and a lot of mass and size and girth. All that funny business. Okay, looks good. I often thought about like one Necropolis Knight in this matchup, you know? Just like one sneaky get back there. Like the Halberd Necropolis Knight could be a decent hammer against the greenskins. Yeah, Greenskin Lords cannot heal, correct, but I mean, Grom the Paunch can heal, so that's actually not entirely true. No more boners tonight, guys. No more boner giants. All right, what about Melee Shopti? Could go like Black Orc or something. I'm not, like, it's not the problem. The problem is Greenskin Cav spam. That's what gives you the most trouble, for sure. Okay, let's get you back here. We can cut one of you, and then get this. Then yes, and cool. And then that's going to be how much left? That looks adequate to me. I got 155 left, so an unfortunate amount of money left. Do we really need this spell? Yeah, it's probably not bad. Okay, guys. We're about ready. It's an ambitious build, but I think it's got some teeth. I think it can do some work. All right, all right. And where are we at? The Vambraces thing that Anticity was talking about is a pretty fun tech for sure. It can be menacing. I think we can mix you in. Yeah, put you there. We can get that. And get this and put you there. Okay. And we got 650 left. All right, King Nukesha Scorpion Legion, maybe going to be the play. We'll have to see. All right, guys. GLHF, I think we're good to go. Let's see what my opponent's cooking here. We got, what, 480 left? Such an awkward amount of money, man. Such an awkward amount of money. All right, Chevron Skeletons it is. This one's ballsy. It's definitely a little bit sketchy, but I think it could work. Let's see what my opponent's got. Good luck, have fun. Ever joined the stream after the last round and all I hear is Boner Giants? Yeah, no more of those. They tried their best. They were better in land battle because in land battle you don't have to play the objectives. You could just like run as legally close to the corner of the map as you can and just abuse the range units. Although I would suspect Boner Giants probably aren't even meta in land battle. Like I would wager. All right, so we got these catapults, which are a bit of a, you know, they're good against greenskins, but they're risky considering that I did bring a you know, a pretty elite little army here. So we're gonna do this and this, this and this. Form 2 ranks. We have Archon, we have Double Sphinx, and the catapults to punish as well. All right, good luck, have fun to my opponent. Let's see what he's got. I'm gonna go for objective 3, probably. It's gonna be, you know, a little unorthodox. I don't have any skirmishers or anything, but Archon is good. Buna is good against the expensive Boar Boys. You can also use the Tomb Blade of Archon to drop summons on top of the cab and whatnot. And yeah, the catapults will be very strong. They're very good against the greenskins, especially against their archers and shit. There we go. Okay. Just got to make sure Archon doesn't get caught. I do have some anti-large in there. I got the Necrotect, and I got Necropolis Knight Halberds, which are going to be fun. Nehekara Warriors. Handful of other things we're going to call out right away. So first thing we call out is going to be this. He's got 14 units, so I don't know what he's waiting for. Zesty, you better not be here on stream waiting and watching my units. Not that it matters much, honestly. He'll find out in a second. Yeah, generally, David, it's not too laggy. You know, it's not too bad. Okay, so let's go up here, get the catapults to move up a little bit. My opponent going to be going for that with a what appears to be a Night Goblin War Boss. Okay, so let's start shooting into these guys and shooting into what appears to be goblins. Yeah, goblins. All right. So the big sphinxes are at the ready, General. We're going to go ahead and send you over here, and we're going to put you guys in group 7 together, and they're going to go, you know, set up and have a nice little vacation over there. Boar Boys are being targeted, and we're going to see what he does. We will see. Archon is at the ready. My opponent could make a play for the backfield, but I am the Tomb Kings. So we're going to be pretty good at defending this. Mostly trolls, actually. Oh, look at those direct hits on the piggies, though. That's pretty good, isn't it? Yeah, it's not bad. All right, so you guys form ranks here. Arkan's going to be chilling, and the big Sphinxes are going to get some nice tear routes, so we're going to keep going through. Just keep running through these guys, and we're going to shell them. Just try and get a big break right now and see what is going on. All right, so we can get one spear back here. My opponent going to be diving the backfield, so we're going to get some Nehekara horsemen. Do this. Arkan the Black's going to come back there as well. And yeah, now we just kind of chill out a little bit. That's going to be the plan. All right, so you guys are running. We're going to get you guys fighting the boar boys, and we're going to go ahead and use the summon right here to target them and use this as well. All right, great. So that's going to shut that shit down. Now the trolls are coming in, and if we can get them with the spears, that's going to be very cost effective. So let's get you and you. Switch the catapults onto whatever we can. So we're going to get these guys. And now we do get rampage there a little bit, but it's okay. We're going to do this. The backfield fighting should be pretty good for us. Probably going to lose that fight. And what do we want to call in next? Do I want to call in more to help out here? Probably not a bad idea, but I think the Sphinxes should be fine. We just retreat back, and we do have a Fate of Buna now too. So Fate of Buna could be used on a number of things. Sphinxes are snared by the Tormentor Sword, so we're going to start going after the little goblin here. Spirit Leech, and the big boys can attack the goblin. We do have a couple units coming in, but I think we're going to need the big scaries. All right, so we're going to retreat, do this. We do win this fight, and we see boar boys coming in, and we want to just shoot into whatever the hell we can get. All right, so the big Sphinxes do get away. One of them's low. Should be able to waddle out of there. I don't know why it can't right now, but we're going to shoot the stone trolls. And the other Sphinx is going to come back in. I should have really kept my Arkan ability there. If I lose the Sphinx this early, it's really bad. All right, so I don't think we have time to wait. I'm going to get you guys in. We need to salvage this guy. Just get him back, and then we can get him healing here. Arkan's going to do his thing, and maybe I can get them to overextend into my territory. We're going to have to see. All right, so Arkan's going to be fleeing the scene. That Sphinx is going to be at Netflix and chilling. And now we can save up for the big one there, so that's going to be good. All right, so the Sphinx is back and stable. And Arkan versus that little boss. Fanatic's being dropped there, which is kind of cute, but we can fight there. And Necropolis Knights with halberds are for sure going to be our next call-in, because that's one of the few things we have here that's good against these trolls. All right, and let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's get you guys out, get you guys back here. Keep the big Sphinxes battling it out. The Goblin boss is in some trouble. We are claiming that side, and I got time. Yeah, I got time. Necropolis Knights are going to come in and punish, and we actually almost kill his lord, so that's really quite big, actually. All right, so you guys do this. We have a little bit of fighting going on back here versus the Wolf Riders, so let's finish them off. And the Necropolis Knights getting in and really giving the trolls the business. We're going to get these trolls here, and next we call it our Necrotect character. Arkan's going to do this. The goblins are going to get blasted here. Is he going to come in and fight us? If he does, it's going to be a bad fight. We have the advantage over there for sure. Let's do the ward save. We're going to get on you guys, and then do I have any cav units I can call out to wreck these goblins real quick? I do. All right, great. So that's going to be fine. This blob fight 100% favors us. We have the Liber Mortis there. We got a lot of good stuff going on. So thankfully for the Dark Gods, we pray to the Dark Gods, but we've been able to hold on to that objective there. So you guys get ready to pull back. And do we Spirit Leech the Goblin? We do. We just keep targeting down the Goblin. All right, so what do we have next? We got Boar Boys coming. We're going to try and get them with a little bit of lovin' if we can. And here we got more Goblins. Let's go run those guys down. And we can call it one more Skeleton Horseman to run down these Goblins. All right, so this fight should be favoring us. So we're going to get this one back and put him in control group 9 for now. And we're going to keep the healthy one fighting here with the Necropolis Knights to beat down the trolls. And hopefully the Spirit Leeches will connect. Yeah, that's going to be big. All right, so we do this. Catapult shooting into these guys. Totally fine. In the woods, what the hell do we have? Some Boar Boy Biggins? Okay, so they're trying their best. So we're going to get you back, and we're going to get you back. The Goblins, you know, he's living on the danger zone, guys. He's living in the danger zone. Yeah, he is, for sure. All right, so you get back. We're going to do the Ushopti summon to win this fight. We definitely need to. And now, ooh, he's going to give me a fight with Arkan here and let me kill his lord. Ooh, that's really big. So Arkan is actually a legit decent fighter, and with Spirit Leech, we might be able to kill him here. We're going to see. We are going to see. All right, so ward save back there. Give the boys all the goodness. We're going to get the big Sphinxes back and chilling. Horseman coming in, and the Goblin Lord is in the trash now. So that's going to be a big leadership penalty for his whole army. Let's get you guys over there. In the woods, do we have anything we want to do? You know, we see the mobility here. We need to keep the big Sphinxes alive. So we're going to try and get those guys back if we can. The Ushopti are doing it, and the leadership break right there was super, super clutch. That's going to be incredibly devastating for them. Especially if my Sphinxes live and they're able to gremlin away, then he's going to be in trouble. All right, so you can just go route these goblins. We have no problems with that. Any good units coming in? We have some Orc Boar Boys. And the trolls here are probably going to break simply because of leadership, especially if we summon some shit on top of them. And the two Sphinxes, we're going to just put them in control group 3 together and just use them to defend in the backfield here. So these guys are actually wavering right now. Can I get a true break on them? Oh, yeah. One of my guys is crumbling down. The Necropolis Knight Halberds need to get back here. And unfortunately, he's probably just going to crumble. Do I have anything fast that can chase these guys down? I do have some horsemen, because getting those trolls off the field would be huge. Catapults are still feasting, and oh, looks like Homie stabilized there. So what we want to do is we want to get you, and we're going to use the restore ability and try and keep Homie alive. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Come on, live, buddy. Live for me. Live! Arkan chase these guys. We really need to get all these trolls off the battlefield. We can't let them stabilize. Necropolis Knights with halberds are doing very good. And, oh, did it stabilize? Oh, give it to me, precious. So we're going to get that. And now we can start playing the other points now that we're just straight up winning the fights. Okay, this was a really ratty game, but we, I think, are going to edge it out. Just barely going to get there. So you guys form up. We got spears everywhere. Catapults are going to be feasting, so we'll shoot these goblins here. You know what? We can actually just nuke these Morgubs Magi Marauders, because all my opponent's trolls are just being escorted off the battlefield. And the Goblin boss really paid the troll toll there. All right, so let's do this. And the Sphinxes are good. We're going to group them with that character. And now we need to go get objectives. We need to start playing the points. My opponent resummons their lord, but I don't know if it's going to be enough here. As we do see a little bit of witchcraft coming in. Yeah, we see that. Nice play there. The Sphinxes, though, are going to wreck my opponent, I think. I don't think they're going to have the tools to deal with the Sphinxes. I could be wrong, but you know, I'm feeling pretty good about it. So let's get the Bone Daddies coming over there. I have a shitload of time to do this. A whole bunch of time. In danger of losing that side objective, but now we go to the middle and claim that. Yep, Horseman Feast here. Let's get Arkan going over this way, and we can pop that. Looks fine. And do we have another Restore coming off cooldown? We do. So we're going to get one of those Sphinxes to be nice and healthy. You guys come over here, and we can restore the more injured one, probably, which is in the back. Yeah, we'll do that one. Cool. All right, so there you go. Necrotech Man can do his thing. My opponent going to be crossing over to the middle here. And we need to get you guys back online here in a moment, which we will. Sphinxes, go attack, attack, attack. And Arkan can go after the little gremlin again. So I think we can Spirit Leech him. Let's pull the Sphinxes away and get you guys to move in and get the Skeleton Spears to intercept. So we're going to run with you, and my opponent actually rampaging him. Interesting. All right, so we're going to move in there. And both these catapults need to get back online right now. So we're going to do this, and we're going to do this. Can we click that, please? Thank you. All right, so fight's going okay. Definitely some scariness here, so we need to get some Skeleton Horsemen over here stat to help out. So we're going to get them to just swarm. We basically just need bodies. Arkan might die here, actually. Ooh, let's see if we can get him out of here. All right, let's get on those Stone Trolls. Arkan the Black is going to need to flee the scene. We do get the high ground objective. Arkan needs to run. That leadership bomb right there, though, pretty clutch from the catapults, right? Pretty clutch. Necropolis Knights with halberds. Let's get you guys coming over here. Let's run you guys down. And now we just keep Arkan away for the rest of the game, and we're fine, I think. All right, so Sphinxes, come wreck these guys. And we have another Spirit Leech for the Goblin Lord, so we're going to Spirit Leech him, call it a day. And we're going to call out more Nehekara Horsemen, because the Necropolis Knight still being on the field is very nice. All right, so that high ground objective is very safe. You guys are going to come here. The Goblin's coming for blood, but I think we're just too jacked now. I think we're too Giga Chad here. All right, let's bombard you guys. Shoot at the Orc Boar Boys. Arkan is getting hunted by the Goblin, so he's got the Rage Boner. He's coming for me. But I think we're going to be okay. The Necropolis Knight Halberds actually ended up being uber clutch. So that Goblin potentially can die here. I think we can maybe surround him again. So we're going to move past. We're going to try and move past him and get us around. And we're going to get the two Sphinxes to collapse on him there. Necropolis Knights go clean up that shit. And we got the triple cap. All right, baby. That was a good win. Zesty's a very good player. So that's a good win for us. Okay. Yep, Goblin's going to die again. Round 2 for little gremlin here. His rampages and tormentor swords are no joke, though. You gotta put some respect on their name. All right, let's get you. Get skeletons coming up here, and the Goblin Lord is going to be dying again. Oh yeah. All right. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Let's get you to form ranks, and form ranks. Okay, cool. So that's a broken position. We're going to move in there. The Sphinxes are basically going to break the back of that shit. We're going to catapult you. And you guys just hang out over here. We can go ahead and reinforce with spears just to make sure that back objective isn't vulnerable. This one Sphinx didn't hear no bell. It doesn't know what a bell is. That is for sure. Gonna break the greenskin position here, though. We fold those archers, and then anything he calls out from here is just gonna get catapulted, basically. Oh yeah. Oh baby. Let's get it. Let's freaking get it. All right, so now we just take down this caster here. He's probably so sad that Sphinx being at like 1%. I would imagine that's such a bummer. All right, so watch these guys break in like 2 seconds because the catapult plus the terror, look at that, they charge and they just run because of the layering, the Screaming Skull catapult. It's just like tabletop, pretty cool. All right, so you guys move up, we chase those bad boys down, and yeah, there's not gonna be enough left here. All right, guys, that was a match and a half. It's a solid win. The build worked pretty well, honestly, but it's this map really, I think, enabled the build for us. We're going to go get his caster here. We keep running shit down, and we're going to get some more spears to come to the middle here and hold this and resupply. So basically, it's over at this point. I don't think my opponent will have the tools they need to get back in the game here. These are Morgoth's Meiji Marauders. Tomb Tonia, yes. So 1-1. Every objective is being guarded by something. Chariot characters escorting that shaman to the Shadow Realm there, and we're just going to run back here at this point. He's probably going to call in some Boar Boy cavalry. We'll see. All right, so catapults are moving up. Let's go ahead and form ranks on them. And what do we call in next? Pulchral Stalkers, maybe? Because all my opponent's going to call in is going to be Boar Boys, right? That's it. There's not going to be any variance whatsoever. Just going to be Boar Boys. All right, so let's bombard here. Skirmishers, pull back. You can do this. Probably going to break them instantly. Ark in the Black can do a Spirit Leech on them. Break those guys. And cool. Some more warriors. Yeah, let's get you guys up. Spears and spears fight there. We're able to break those homies. Let's pull back. And spears can go into the Boar Boys. Catapults are going to be singing now and should do some fat damage. Nothing threatening the high ground. We're pretty well entrenched up there. Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters, that's right. We got a little Ghostbusters action going on here. I mean, there's few things in terms of like movie soundtracks that go harder than the Ghostbusters soundtrack. It is so freaking good. So wherever he goes with those Boar Boys, we can just tarp at them with the summon, right? So we see him going here, just drop a little summon on their heads. That's going to tarp at them and make it like impossible for them to move. And Catapult's still doing work. Yeah, shooting in there. And you see all the pigs? They're all like trapped up now. Yeah. Sweet pig. I don't know why he hasn't left yet. This game's pretty over. I mean, I don't mind. We got time to kill before the next round, so. Oh, the Goblin's back. He wants the Cetra kill, but he's not going to get it. We're not going to let him get that. No freaking way. He can have the Necrotech there. That's fine. That's the consolation prize. All right, so we're going to attack you. Send everybody over there to go help that out. And Arkin can go ahead and use that. Spirit Leech there. Do we call in another Sphinx? I suppose we do. So the Goblin's going to get Spirit Leech. We're going to run Arkin away now. Sphinx might be able to kill his Goblin for a third time. I can't remember the last time I've killed a Lord 3 times in a game, but we'll take it. All right, so the Goblin is being surrounded. You spears are going to keep chasing here and just being annoying, and these horsemen are at the ready. Let's go here, pull you guys in there, just kind of split the difference there. And yeah, the Necrotect is a really strong character too. The Chariot character, he's got that like blinded thing, which is crazy good. All right, Sphinx is trying to take down the Gremlin. Let's get you guys coming in here. Leadership discouraging and leadership discouraging as well. Oh man, that Goblin for a third time is dying. Oh my god, that poor thing. Oh man. All right, GG guys. Well played. It was a good match. It was really contested actually. We ran away with it in the end, but like if I lose one of those Sphinxes early, I probably lose the game. So that was it was very, very close. GG to Zesty, very strong player. GG dog. Well played. All right, so now what do we have? And let's report the score. That's going to be 1-0, and that is going to be Tomb Kings versus Greenskins. So that's a good tiebreaker, though. Zesty's very good, so his odds of winning the next matchup, assuming he doesn't drop, are going to be very good. Hopefully he doesn't drop. We'll see. Okay. And perfect. Yeah, Sour Patch, it had its moments for sure. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Cool. So round is coming together. My tiebreaker unfortunately lost, but we still have some hope here with our Nurgle player we played in round 1. Snickerdoodle usually does pretty good. He's gotten top 4 a whole bunch. Desktop capture. Okay. So Daniken, yeah, it's Daniken. Daniken's really scary. Daniken defeated Gondola. Bostas and Winterwind are playing. I was able to win against Zesty here. Subutai versus Apostate. Oh, man. Why these guys always run into each other. It's Inticity and Own Goal. So they're duking it out right now, guys. That's super fun. All right. Bob that Builder. Ricochet's playing Snickerdoodle. This is what we need. We need Snickerdoodle to win this game. I got to give Mr. Hill his buy round point, too. All right. So Mr. Hill. Mr. Hill. Mr. Hill. Hill. There he goes. Buy round point coming in strong. I feel like that matchup is interesting. I don't know who's favored between Greenskins and Tomb Kings, honestly. I feel like Tomb Kings have some really good tools with the leadership stuff against Greenskins, but Greenskins also have some great killing power and trapping. The catapults were very good, though. They bombarded a lot. What matchups would you bring caskets? Probably none, unfortunately. Because caskets are just objectively worse than the catapults. Yeah, Kitty got to the finals recently. I played them in the last tournament with Chaos Dwarves. That was the dwarf player that we played Chaos Dwarves versus Dwarves in the previous tournament. Well, 2 tournaments ago, actually, but yeah, you guys get the idea. So 3-1 so far. If we win the next game, we have a good chance at top 4. Because if you look at the leaderboards right now, or the tournament, let's go here. I'm currently ranked number 4. Granted, there are other games being played. But if we win the next one, because we're going to be playing somebody who has 3 wins next time, so oh, dude, please don't give me the rematch versus Gondola. Oh, no. Vampire counts are kind of a hard counter against us, apparently, so. Although it would be a fun chance to go to the drawing board. Bostos, don't know what he's playing. Subutai might be able to make it, too. Subutai is a very good Vampire count player, so I need Apostate Prostate to beat Subutai, even though he's my homie IRL. I gotta look out for the dub here. Yeah. No, low rollers. Tomb Kings are very good. They're a solid faction. Let's go to this here. See what their stats look like this season. So I think they're sitting at like a 50% win rate. They're not being played that much. They're 0-5 against Vampire Coast, which is weird. I always felt like that matchup was fine. But yeah, there's not enough games to be played, really. Yeah, not enough Vampire counts. I don't know what the meta build is against Vampire counts, but hopefully we can figure it out. Caskets unfortunately suck. Skeleton Archers are against Vampire counts, Turgoy, yeah, because they're going to drop a summon on top of it, and then they're going to just chase it with like Fellbats and Scurvy Dogs and things like that. So you're going to have a bad time. I should probably start devising a build against Vampire counts. I think that's going to be big. Okay. What do we got here? All right, guys. Any plans for a 2v2 tourney? I think it could happen. Yeah, I think at some point in the next month I will do a 2v2 tourney. Sometime in August we'll have one. Still got it. A little bit, man. A little bit indeed. So Arkin got 3,000 value that game. Really good Spirit Leeches and Bunas. Sphinx is insane value. 1,900 and 2,600. Catapults breaking 1,000 each with leadership. Super clutch. And look at these guys. The Necropolis Knights with Halberds killing the equivalent of like 2.5 Boarboy Biggins at 2236. Because they also routed all his trolls off, which was really, really massive as well. So, yeah, not bad. We didn't use the Sepulchral Stalkers. Honestly, I felt like the Necropolis Knights were way more useful, but yeah, pretty decent. For my opponent, 1,700 on this guy, but he was summoned 3 times. Aside from that, yeah, Boarboys, this one did good at 1,300. Nothing in the main army did that great, although the trolls did okay. You know, we have 1,000 value here, 858 right there as well. Yeah, it's good stuff. Vampire counts are, yeah, they're very strong. They're a very, very strong faction. I think Vampire counts are an A-tier faction. 100%. Okay, let's see how we're looking for round 5 of tonight's tournament. I think this was a good idea, adding 5 rounds, right? It makes the tournaments much more fun. Although, to be fair, I would take that if the tournament ended right now, it would be top 4. So I'm like, maybe that'd be good. All right, advance the Swiss to the next round. Round 5 is upon us, guys. Fasten your seatbelts. Get ready for some more high-octane Total War action. And here we go. All right, so here we are. It's going to be Goblins, round 5. Round 5. Good luck, have fun. All right, so let's see who our opponent is. Please don't be Vampire counts. Please, no. Oh, it's Winterwind. Okay, I don't know what Winterwind is playing. Very strong player, though. Looks like they might have lost their last game. I think they're 3-1 now, too. So this is the battle for this. Yo-yo, good luck, have fun. So we're going to go Sweaty here. I mean, I don't know what Sweaty is for the Tomb Kings, but we're going to do what I perceive as Sweaty. And Tomb Kings for me. And yep, everybody get your games going. Got the lobby code, I believe. There we go. Zinch versus Tomb Kings. What do you do there? That's a weird one. Okay. Death by Ricochet says, I got round 5 Dowie versus Chowie, Duel of Fates. Yeah, dwarves are definitely favored there, but don't let your guard down. They have the Chaos Dwarves have some cheese they can surprise you with, so I hope it goes well for you guys. Nice. All right, so Zinch. What do we do against Zinch, man? Okay. So you ban first map. You ban first. Good luck. Can we get an Empire SFT? I think it's about... I'm going to do High Elves next, and then we will do Empire after that, I think. Yeah. Lots of carrion and Usirians. I don't think we need to worry about the Changebringers too much because we have a lot of shooting and stuff. Good deal. So we got the Blood Grove, Imperial Ambush, and the Jade Tomb. And those are going to be the maps here. Yeah, Furies are a bit of a problem. They do control the skies a bit. So we got to put some respect on the Furies' names. What faction are you most excited about in the next update? I mean, Norska. Norska is so outdated and old. My wife and I weren't even married when Norska. We've been married over 8 years, and oh no, well, we've been together about that, yeah. And I don't think Norska was even. It's like insane. That's like a time capsule. Yeah. Okay, so banning Blood Grove. We play. What do we want to do? So he's playing Tzeentch. We'll play the Jade Tomb. I like Jade Tomb a lot. It's a really good shooting map. Although Tzeentch can shoot too, so it's like, oh, I know this is gonna go. All right, Cetra, give us the blocker. Let's prepare the builds and see what's cooking. Yeah, Bird is a problem. Bird is no joke. There's a lot of sniping on the Tzeentch roster too, so I have to be careful because they can get their snipe on with my Lord. So yeah, we gotta do our thing. Good, Anakin. Good. Okay, that's gonna be fine. We're gonna cut this and this. Yeah, and yeah. All right. Cetra's aura farming, yeah. It's a pretty funny expression. Yeah. Do we get these guys? Then the main battle line is just gonna be cheapos, probably. You don't want to bring anything too good quality for Tzeentch to cook, I don't think. What do we have to worry about here? Like, what are the big problems? Changebringers are definitely annoying. Sepulchral Stalkers, I think, are good. Boner Giants are really tempting, but I think they're just gonna miss everything. You know, like, in the power fantasy of the Boner Giant sounds good, but in reality, it's just kind of a limp wiener, you know? A bit of a limp one. All right. Let's bring you out. Bring them out. Bring them out. So we'll get these guys, and then I think for our next disappearing act... Yeah, so Changebringers up in the sky are there. I've learned my lesson about the Rage Boners I have. I absolutely have. Okay, so they're going to come out. I think that's probably the direction we go this game. Winterwind's very strong. Very, very good opponent here. So it's going to be a good test of our build. Seeing what efficiency we can get out of it. Skeleton Horsemen. I think Nehekara Horsemen are pretty good. Because they can beat Furies. If we do end up having to deal with Furies. Yeah, let's get you in there, in the starting build there, and then I think we are cooking. Here at the Olympics, we have such a versus... Oh, yeah. I thought you were saying there's some Olympics going on right now. I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't think the Olympics are happening at the moment. Unless I'm wrong. All right, what about Tomb Guard in this matchup? What is Tomb Guard good against? They are going to be weak against some of the fire damage stuff Tzeentch can do. And oh, Tzeentch do have the Chaos Spawn. That's right, we got to put some respect on the Chaos Spawn, right? Yeah, look at that. Little Chaos Spawnage. Ooh, all right, I like that. I like the spawn, that's fun. Okay, I think we'll get that ability there. About Cetra never serving, just standing idle at the tennis court, just refusing to serve the ball. So Centaurs of Tzeentch are pretty nasty too. So there is going to be some freaky mobility that we're going to need to respect. Necropolis Knights with Halberds in this matchup. Now, what would they be theoretically good against? Chaos Knights? Yeah, but Chaos Knights I don't feel would be particularly great here anyways. Doom Knights. There are Halberds, but yeah. All right. So everything's looking golden. And we are about ready to go, I think. I got 300 Gs left. Okay. Then in the starting build here, we're going to get you. 25 gold over. We're in the danger zone, guys. We're 25 gold over. These are trying times we live in. Okay, let's get you, and we can get a Nehekara Warrior as well. one of the power fantasies here is I really want the Tomb Scorpion to be good. In theory, or like against Tzeentch, it could be, like against all their infantry and stuff, but yeah, I just think sadly it's not going to be that great. 625, they're going to shut that shit down way too easy. So let's get this. King Nikesh's Scorpion Legion, always welcome. An ambitious build, but one that I think has some chops. You know, I think it's got some teeth here. Oh, dude, Streltsy are one of my favorite units. We're 3-1 right now, Tate. So if we win this, we go 4-1, and we have a good chance at the top 4. We've had a lot of success with the Kislev. With the Kislev gunline builds, we went 4-1 twice in a row with Kislev. We just didn't quite make it on tiebreakers, but it was just pretty much objectively Streltsy builds. They're awesome, man. They like tanky, they have good stopping power, really easy to defend because of Kislev's mobility. Yeah, it's great. Hey, what's up, Neb? Greetings from Germany. The sun is slowly coming up over here. Oh, right on, man. Well, early for you. We're gonna see Potato. All right, so I brought Cetra because Tomb Kings have crazy good sniping. Not Tomb Kings, excuse me, Tzeentch. So I wanted a character that has a lot of armor and a lot of HP. So that's going to be the idea. I would love to see a spawn build from my opponent. That'd be really fun. Okay, let's see you and you. We're going to get you in the back. We have a single archer, which could be good. And then we're going to move up with you guys. And I think we just kind of slow push it out. Right? Yeah, a little bit of slow pushing here. Do this and this. 3 and 4. And, okay, I need to redo these groups. I don't like the groups. So we're going to get you in 5. Put you in 7 and you in 6. I'm kind of weird in that I like to have my infantry on, like, one of my low groups. Okay, I did steal the spearmen from there, so that feels bad. So let's get these spearmen back. Like, I like to have my infantry on 1. It's weird. Most people probably would not do that. And then Cetra in 2. We can get the cavalry on 3. 3 there. Great. Oh, shit. I can just, like, straight up Vanguard on these points. That's pretty funny. Okay, he's going to do the same thing, right? He's going to have, like, his Marauder Horsemen and shit, so. 3. And Ushabti Great Bows can be parked over here, which hopefully we can defend. We're going to have Sepulchral Stalkers ready to defend them. That skeleton does not deserve a control group. And, cool. He's just going to move up on the side and do his thing. All right, guys. Yeah, Spawn and Tomb Kings would be ballsy, but Spawn have been making all the rounds lately. They've been doing pretty good. So, you know, we do see that. Zangors are here. Should be able to contest this point. Cetra's going to come up and, you know, cause some havoc. We'll move you up, move you up. And what the hell? Oh, is it Changebringer? Oh, what is that? Satang? Oh, it's the Changeling. Okay. So he, oh my god, I think he has, did he go Blue Scribes? Did he go Changeling, Blue Scribes? I don't know what he's doing. Is that some weird shit? Okay, Anyways, maybe we have missed some forbidden sauce. I don't know what it's going to be, but we will find out. Okay, so his army is mainly... Oh, Exalted Pinks, actually. Okay, so we are going to want a catapult here. Cetra's going to come across, and we do see this man in the sky here, so we're going to go ahead and shoot him and bring the laser beams out this way. And I could use a Nucerians. Uh-oh, it's going to be the dreaded cock. Okay, it's coming for me. I got to be careful. That thing is no joke. So Sepulchral Stalkers move up, Skeletons move up, and we do get the point. What foul witchcraft is this? You tell me, guys. I do not know what he's up to here. This is no good. He's up to no good. I can assure you of that. Okay, so we do get that. Wait, what the hell? Arcane Surge? Okay, I thought he was doing something funny there. I gotta watch out for his wiener, because that thing is problematic. And we can start shooting at the... let's just get these guys off, really. We'll get these Sepulchral Stalkers up. Cetra is pretty healthy. Honestly, these are going to be Marauders of Tzeentch, so we can go ahead and call in... yeah, we can do some Ushabti here, so we're going to do Ushabti and Ushabti as well. All right, so we're going to get those guys coming up against mostly infantry. A little bit ambitious, but he does have a lot of infantry, so I think that's going to be good. Sepulchral Stalkers can lurk over here. Ushabti Great Bows can just park here, and we just kind of chill out on 2 objectives. So here we come, and here we come. Catapult is on the table, but Furies are going to be very annoying against them. Let's get these Ushabti Great Bows to start shooting at the Exalted Pinks. That's going to be a great target for us. And these laser beam boys are going to be on standby, whereas we can use Userians to drain down whatever the hell we want. All right, so the Ushabti are coming out. It's going to make me much harder to push. So we're going to do this, and we're going to pull you over here too. Keep poking these guys, and I do not know what my opponent's doing. Like, does he even have any spells on this guy? I can't see his spells for some reason. Okay, so now Spawn are coming out. Sepulchral Stalker is about to do some fat damage if he doesn't move. Are they going to shoot? There we go. All right. So we do shoot. We connect. The scribes do get hammered. The exalted pinks are getting hammered too. And oh, there's a sorcerer on a shrine. What the hell? Oh, he's doing some... Okay, he's doing like an endless winds of magic strategy or some shit. Okay, interesting. Interesting. All right, so let's get this catapult coming up. We're going to move it here. And hopefully we can actually defend that. Let's get the sepulchral stalkers back. Yeah, there's some foul witchcraft afoot. I don't know what it is, but something weird is going down. There's a fell voice in the air. All right, so you're going to move back. Let's keep you guys poking. And the cockatrice is on its way over here. We're going to get you guys back. And the catapult, we just need to shoot at the exalted pinks. If we can get one of those units down before the fighting starts in earnest, that's going to be very good for us. All right, I don't know if I have the right tools to fight this army we're seeing here. Kind of looking at it here. It's looking a little bit Shady McGrady. All right, shot going down there, totally fine. Cetra's going to keep doing his thing, and he's going to get into these, because why the hell not? We'll pull you guys back on guard duty, and Furies are coming in now, but we do have our own tools. So we're going to get you guys right here to guard them, and then we're going to use the Osirians on you guys, nail those down, and Cetra needs to run away now. If I get snared by the cockatrice, oh god, I think I just threw. The dreaded cock is going to get me. All right, we need to get over there and help. You guys shoot these. Let's get the sepulchral stalkers. Shopti go there, and you guys advance up. Oh, the wiener's going to snare me, guys. It's a little bit sketchy. Cockatrice coming in. I don't think it'll kill Cetra, but it is going to snare me in place for a hot minute here. Okay, so infantry move in, and infantry move in here. Oh, God, I did not put respect on Cetra's name. I did frickin' not. Okay, so we're going to get you here. You around the side. If Cetra lives, we'll be okay, probably. We'll be okay, most likely. All right, so let's get you guys there. Oh, the skeleton archers do get tar pitted. Really good play on his part, by the way. Like, brilliant. All right, so Shopti, let's get you into combat on the exalted pinks, and it looks like we are going to get away there. Okay. The cockatrice is not one to be underestimated, guys. That thing is a freaking menace and a half. All right, let's get you guys coming up. We're going to do this. Catapult's still feasting. We're going to bring you guys around there. And Cetra does get hit by a freaking fireball. Okay, interesting. And how are we doing here? Can we get on these exalted pinks? I think we can. All right, so catapult time. Let's get you guys back there. And the catapult is in what freaking control group? All right, it's right here. Great. So we do have a lot of his stuff tied down. The sepulchral stalkers. Oh, the cockatrice just got wasted. Okay, that's actually really good. Let's see if we can get that thing off the battlefield. And these guys are just going to kind of watch. So he lands. We're going to get them. And then we're going to get a skeleton horseman to get a full surround. Whoa! How did he kill that unit so quickly? Jeez Louise. Fury's OP. All right, so cockatrice is fleeing the scene. Arushapti did dive greedily and deeply into these guys, which is fine. Catapults. I mean, is it going to just die to a single Fury? Jeez Louise, that's crazy. Okay, I guess it just is. So Spawn going to get it. Ushapti going to start shooting at the Spawn as well. And it looks like our catapult just straight up died to one Fury, despite an immediate reaction from us. So that is tough, but the cockatrice getting routed is good. Sepulchral stalkers need to get back. So we're going to run you back and do this. And the Ushapti Grapos can keep shooting here. Let's get these stalkers back. And Cetra, I mean, I could do something here, but yeah, that's going to hurt overall. All right, Ushapti, let's get you onto the Zangors, see what you can do. And we're just going to retreat. Looks like we mostly got away. And hey, on the bright side, I do have 2 horsemen now, so that's good. Let's get you guys over here. And I could call in another archer, but I don't know how effective that's going to be. So apparently my opponent's doing some really like crazy winds of magic strategy, which is kind of cool. Don't know what it is, but we will find out. Let's pull you back. Sepulchral stalkers can come in and fight you guys. And we're going to retreat here, get you guys doing this, and call in some of the skeleton and Nehekara horsemen. All right. So we're going to get you guys into combat there and hopefully win that fight. We'll see. And we can do an Osirians right there as well. So we're going to drop it like it's hot, see what we can do. Ushapti coming across there. You guys get on top of these guys and call it a day. And hopefully Cetra and company will be able to fold these units up. Okay, so as long as I don't lose Cetra, I think we're okay. But Cetra is in a dodgy position. He gets, oh, he got Traitorkin. Oh shit, okay. So let's do that. Is Cetra going to live? He's in weak binding. I think he's dead. Holy shit. Okay, I think he just pulled a value lead too. So the Sepulchral Stalkers lived, just barely. We're hanging in there. I think I'm going to have to resummon freaking Cetra, by the way, because I don't know if we can afford to lose him. The Exalted Pinks are being ground down, and look at that army ability over there. Talk about clutch and a half, huh? So I'm going to start saving right now for other goodies. Okay, retreat back. Sepulchral Stalkers, we can get you in combat versus these guys. I feel like the army fight is going okay. Like, we're doing good against some of these, like, Exalted Pinks and stuff like that. Those Angors do get routed as well. Let's get on these. Those are zombies. Okay. So, looks good. He did catch up in kill points, that's for sure. But I do have these Ushapti doing very good. The Exalted Pinks, like, he has a lot of stuff that's disintegrating that isn't being tracked, right? But apparently he has, like, some infinite winds of magic witchcraft. So, There is that, which is a little bit sketchy. Now, we need to probably reinforce out here. My opponent is calling in things that are weak against Ushabti, so I think that's what we're going to want to do. Do you see some Forsaken coming out? Which one is the real one? This is a real Forsaken, I think. Will the real Slim Shady please still stand up here? Yeah, hopefully. Zombies are going to crumble, and we do have some Nehekara Horsemen, which are reasonably healthy. Like, I still think we're in a good position. Like, not a bad one. Yeah, we need to get all of you guys out of there. Like, Fan, I don't know what spells he has. Yeah, there's some wild shit there, dude. Okay, back we go. Cetra's almost back on the menu. And we can get King Nekesh's Scorpion Legion. And this is going to be the last summon before we probably save up for Cetra here. That will be the last one. All right, so the Ushabti have gotten back. And we need our opponent to come fight us on the objective, right? That's going to be the plan. These zombies are going to crumble soon, hopefully. We'll see. And King Nekesh's Scorpion Legion is going to be coming across, as are the Ushabti. Spawn are getting it, but I am out of ammunition. I have a shit ton of capture weight here with these guys, so I can use them for capture weight batteries. And now we save up for Cetra. It's going to be expensive, but I think it's going to be it. So we are up heavily in points, which means, you know, we could afford to play defensively, wait for Cetra, do all that kind of stuff, right? As far as this point goes, I do have spears. Yeah, my opponent has no more shooting. Those are going to be Changebringers, which we can probably just keep them busy with some carrion. Yeah, that's going to be the idea. Our shooting is mostly offline. That's going to be a nice vortex there, I think. I don't know what the hell that was, but it was something or other. Some sort of a blade storm, some witchcraft, and cool. So you guys get in there. Hopefully they can fight, and yeah, we are ready to maybe go threaten their objective here with some mobility. I think that's going to be a play and a half. So carrion come across here, and we need to get these Ushabti back and just run away while we can. You guys are doing a little bit of screening. Let's get you guys on here. We're saving up for Cetra, so guys, that's going to be a hot minute, but I think it's necessary for the late game. Okay, let's retreat. Carrion are going to chase these guys, and the Ushabti are going to retreat back. We can get these horsemen over the top to get a bit of an envelop and surround. My opponent does have some witchcraft afoot. I think I just need to go double Carrion. The problem is Carrion get wrecked by... Oh my god, he rolled Tempest? The dreaded RNG from the Changebringers? Oh no! Oh no! Do we win on just 1 point? Not yet. Not from a Jedi. Alright, I don't think we can afford to resummon Cetra anymore, guys. So we're going to hit you guys in the front. My opponent does have some scary pressure here. He rolled Tempest, which is freaking hilarious, by the way. And we do have some Spear Boys coming over here. Ushabti are all up on these Forsaken, so we're going to get them and move around here and just keep chasing these guys. We just got to kind of keep being annoying and sending those guys after them. Yeah, let's go get the Changebringers. We're going to get you guys in combat. King Nekesh's will be there in a moment. And if we can get a Helm's Deep situation, then we're probably okay to get the win, I'm thinking. Probably okay to get the dub. All right, so Changebringers, we need to keep force pathing after them. That is for sure. What can I call in that can possibly deal with them? I think the Ushabti Great Bows are our best bet, so we're going to get those guys in, because otherwise they're just going to kill me, and I'm going to have a bad time. So Changebringers, the Carrion can't quite escape the combat and get where they need to go. I'm pretty sure I win on 1 at this point. So we're going to kind of start working back here. Jesus Christ, you see that? Oh my god, that was nutty. That was like the Nutty Professor, dude. That was some big damage. I am just getting hammered by those Changebringers now, like absolutely hammered down. Don't have a lot of good tools against them. We do manage to get on the blues. Some of these units do crumble down. Oh, the Tempest was so unfortunate for me, guys. It was so unfortunate. Thankfully, Tzeentch doesn't really have much capture weight here, guys. They're kind of bare bones on that. All right, the Ushabti Great Bows are coming out, and we can start reinforcing. I think we just do this, and just get Skeletors coming over here en masse. So we're going to get mass Skeletors and play the back objective. I'm like fairly certain I win on just 1. These guys are going to get charged. Unfortunately, I didn't call out a freaking cab unit. That would have been the play. But yeah, the Great Bows are killing the Changebringers slowly but surely. I did manage to hold on to the side objective long enough to cackle, I think. And yeah, these guys are going to get a nice little tar pit on us. So we're going to go ahead and get some Skeleton Horsemen to come out, get you guys down. And the Changebringers, we're kind of just having to use face-to-foot style, guys. We're having to use face-to-foot style. I managed to hold on to that objective long enough to win on just 1. So that's going to be the plan. All right, so let's do this and get these guys moving up. My opponent's coming, but we are moving with a lot of units here, and I do have fast boys who can get out and help out. Ushabti Great Bows, let's get them cooking here. And yeah, unfortunately, none of these units have like good capture weight. That's like the one crappy thing about this situation. But we'll see. All right, Horsemen, get up there. Any opportunities to ninja the outside? I don't think so. That's going to be a vortex and a half, so holy shit. Oh my god, oh my god. Look at that. That's really nasty, isn't it? All right, so we'll do this. Let's get you guys over there. You Ushabti Great Bows should be shooting those things now. Let's get you guys up. The fires did a lot of damage. Ushabti Great Bows, I think it's pointless to even deal with the Changebringers at this point. We just gotta unga bunga this shit. Yeah, oh my god. His magic has been insane this game. It's been a true Tzeentch role-playing experience where I just get obliterated by magic. Losing Cetra was a really blunderous. Like, I should not have lost Cetra. Okay, so we got the Forsaken coming in. My opponent's pretty well ahead in value, but you never know. You never know. Spears do make it to the point, and you guys are on the Ushabti Great Bows. Do we want to call in anything here? Maybe some Nehekara Horsemen to fight. I would love to call Cetra back. That would be very fun. Changebringers are out of ammunition, so that is nice. Spear charge here. My opponent has a shitload of stuff coming in here. So the capture weight's for sure going to go. Yeah, and he does have, like, infinite winds of magic. He does. Like, this, he's got 5,000 value on that thing, guys. Absolutely insane. All right, so let's go up here. And do we have any opportunity to get that objective here? We do have a little bit of sneaky rat play over here that we can utilize, but it's not going to be pretty. And we need to move over there now and get this. That's our only chance, is to play like a rat. That's it. There's no other hope. Changebringers land. Thankfully, he didn't unsummon them. If he had unsummoned them, it could have been a little bit dodgy. But we might have an opportunity to get this objective if we can call in one more mobile piece. The Horseman here, trading against Changebringers. We still have some units fighting on this objective here. And, yeah, what do we get next? Another Horse Archer, I think? Yes. All right, so we're going to get this. Get you guys coming over here. Tomb Kings are really good at this playstyle. Dude, I cannot believe the magic of that freaking guy. It's been nutty. The freaking Tempest to save the Changebringers was crazy. That was crazy good. All right, so we do get these guys. We can do a little bit of cycle charging and start capturing the objective. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of that. Yeah, archers are coming. We do get that. Holding them at bay. Good. Are we going to get a flip here? Maybe. I don't know. We do have a lot of capture weight, but he does have more, and screamers coming in too. Let's get some carry in. We just need whatever we can to fight this fight, honestly. We don't have too many choices. All right, so Nehekara Horseman into the back, and we're going to just keep cycle charging here. We have nothing fighting on the home point. We are still in a triple cap situation, you know, but not going to probably work out. Oh my god, Foot of Gork! Oh my god, dude. Look at that shit, what the hell? Oh, the magic is so wild this game, and he's got infinite magic from that War Shrine. I did not pay attention to that early on, and I think it's made me pay the troll toll a little bit, guys. As he does get the capture weight here. All right, is there anything left I can do? I mean, he is raggedy over here, but not that raggedy. So we're going to take all of this shit, start moving this way. And in the meantime, what do we want to do? Do we want to send some units? We have nothing to get through the Forsaken. Dude, he's got infinite winds of magic. Yeah, I don't know what we can do against that. Dude, the Foot of Gork is insane. Look at the value on this guy. Freaking 5,000 value on that freaking thing. All right, so we're going to go to his back point here real quick. Carrion are actually not doing badly. What does he have here, Forsaken? Do I have any chances? Yeah, blundering Cetra into the cock in the beginning was really bad. That cost me the game. With Cetra, I think we would have been fine, but we threw him away like a piece of trash. All right, so let's come over here, do this. We're going to try and steal the home objective. Not going to happen. So we're basically running out of rat options here. The Ushabti are going to come, and they're really good against Forsaken, but those Changebringers just ended my career on that flank. So freaking hard. Yeah, GG, well played. This was a beautiful game. This is probably one of the coolest games we've had in a while. So Infinite Winds of Magic Changeling was kind of dank on the Blue Scribes, because he got just so many good spells, and this thing's fully built up, right? Yeah, so currently he's getting infinite reserves and massive power recharge. That's crazy cool. That's like how Tzeentch should be played, you know, seeing like cool magic and... Oh, Anticity's been playing this build? Yeah, it seems actually legit good. Winnable for us, but we played worse. He played better than us. GG, well played. All right, guys, good run with Tomb Kings tonight. GG, dog. Well played. Report score, and good luck in top 4. All right, so yeah, throwing Cetra away like a piece of trash was really bad. We let him lose half of his life for no reason in the beginning. Yeah, RNG'd into Tempest on your one chance to kill Changefingers? Yeah, it was awesome, though. That's what the game's all about. That was fun. Yeah, Cetra dying early was bad. Really, really bad. Sepulchral Stalkers were good. Probably another Great Bow could have been nice as well. Yeah, that's basically late game Tomb Kings, Max. That's just cavalry running around. The Catapult dying instantly was really bad. I did not think that thing would die in 1 second to Furies, but it did. Pretty nutty, man. That was a cool-ass build, though. I definitely respect the grind on that. All right, guys, GG. So we're going to be getting ready for the semifinals. Let us see if we're going to need it. Let's see. Are we in the next round yet? Ooh, a couple games left. All right, so top 4 is going to be who? We probably would not have made top 4 anyways because our tiebreaker was kind of weak. Although maybe with 4 we would have. It would have been tight. So Boss Toss and Daniken are for sure in top 4. We don't know who else is going to be here yet. Anticity, I think, is learning greenskins. We'll see if he made top 4 too. Or is he going to join me in the gatekeeper status? All right, Anticity, tonight you are my brother gatekeeper, it looks like. I don't think he won his game. Oh, he did win it, but he's 3-2. Okay. All right. Hey, Romeo, get some sleep. What unit do you... the Warshrine? I don't know what he killed, actually. I think he just moved it into combat and was able to get it. You're out? Okay. Anticity and I have the dreaded 3-2 tonight with factions we don't know how to play super well. It's time. Refreshing. We have 2 games still going. Let's see what the top 4 looks like. What it's going to be. Yeah, it's all good, Ricochet. We'll see. We'll see if you make it. Uh-oh. Did I cause a crash? I don't think so. The Flamestorm was my favorite. I mean, honestly, the Foot of Gork was super cool. There was just so many rad spells he used. All right, so Daniken currently is 5-0. Bastos is undefeated, or 4-1. Own Goal is 4-1, and Gondola is 4-1 too. So it looks like we have a very clear-cut top 4. Winterwind did beat us, but it wasn't enough to get them there. Yeah, we held in there. You know, we were in the running up here, which was cool. Yes. So I don't think these can have a bearing on the top 4. Let's see. I mean, yeah, because it's a difference of 2 points, right? So I think the top 4 is set in stone. Nobody can take these spots. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to advance the top 4. Because there's no way Winterwind is going to get 3 tiebreaker points here. And Ricochet's tiebreakers are way too low also. All right, so we're going to advance it to top 4, and we're going to be casting. So let's go ahead and do this. Advance to top 4. And here we go. So semis. Turn semis. All right, host game and spectator. We were close, though. We might have had a chance. It would have been tight. Would have been tight. Okay, so going to the front page here. Yeah, Arc in the Black might have been okay there, but he would have been vulnerable to sniping, but Spirit Leech spam on either the Scribes or the Warshrine would have been good. But, you know, again, I'm learning Tomb King, so. They're very good, though. Tomb Kings are a solid faction, man. All right, so we got top 4 time. Sure, man. All right, so we did have Winterwind. I think maybe you do end up making top 4 because Bastos had to drop, I think. So let me check. I would love to see more of that action. So who was next up on the docket? Okay, so Bastos said it ran late for him. How is it going to be? So that actually... Yeah, Winterwind is 3 points ahead of Ricochet, so I think Winterwind is safe. All right. So, yo. Top 4, boss had to drop. I'm seeing if Winterwind is going to be in. If they're not, then we can go down. And if Winterwind cannot make it, then that means Ricochet, you would be getting the spot. So we're going to see how this cooks out right here. What's it going to be? Aces. All right, so Winterwind's going to take the top 4 spot. And then we have this. It's going to be Winterwind versus Gondola the Patient. And Daniken versus Own Goal. So what is... Daniken's playing Dark Elves tonight, I think. Let's see. Daniken is playing what? All right, I'm waiting to see. Norska, so it's Norska versus Greenskins. I think I would rather watch Tzeentch Vampire Counts, even though I feel like that's it's probably more one-sided actually. So let's get Own Goal in here and Daniken, because I think Tzeentch is pretty dominant against Vampire Counts. Top 4, and then we have that's going to be Daniken on Norska. Okay, so they're going to be jumping in, and they'll let me know the map as soon as they get in here. Yeah, Ricochet. That happens sometimes. That happens, brother. No worries. So here we go. It's going to be Norska Greenskins. Truly, the Unga is the Bunga battles is going to be what we're witnessing here today. Let's switch this up here. That. And perfect. Okay. Yeah, no, there's a couple drops. It's pretty normal, honestly, though. These tournaments, you know, they're long, and A lot of people are just there to win, and if they don't, have a chance at top 4, they're going to drop out usually. Yeah, some of those folks are like that. Yeah, Tzeentch is very favored against Vampire Counts. There are some ways, like you need to use a Von Karstein Lord probably with Storm of the Night to try and win it, but it's overall very tricky. Yeah, Tomb Kings are very good. I think they're honestly a low A tier faction. I think they're very good. Hey, Dark Horse, well played. Yeah, it's a good run. It's a good solid run, man. Hold your head up high. Okay. Sure thing. So own goal is going to be here in just a moment, and then we will get started. Danikin, if you could. Maps, by the way. Thank you. Okay, awesome sauce. About ready for the top 4 as we approach. Wow, why was this stream so fast? It's been 2.5 hours already. Normally it's like around 4 for a 5-round tournament. I guess it was just some of the other 5-rounders we've been having recently are just like so thick. We've been having like 50, 60 player tournaments earlier in the day. Yeah, you're welcome, Dark Horse. You're welcome, man. Okay. So own goal is here, and we need to do a little bit of a replacement here. So we're going to replace you and get, that is going to be Winterwind in there. Changeling Kugath is also impossible for I don't think it's impossible, but it's hard. Yeah, Kugath is good against Vampire Counts, but if you're on the right map, you can beat Kugath. Like if it's a map with no home objective, you can definitely beat Kugath. Okay, that's going to be Winterwind. Winterwind, there we go. And all fixed up. All right, guys. So it begins, the great battle of our time. It's going to be Danikentrop versus Own Goal, Norska versus Greenskins, Unga to the Bunga. The 2 caveman factions going to be inventing the fire here today as they fight on the pits of the old world. Yeetus, I don't think too many tonight. These are like normal numbers. Yeah, Yeetus, I don't think we're getting any of that weirdness tonight. Let me check here. Great and great. Okay, that's interesting. So on the other side, Ricochet, are you still here? Okay. Ricochet, are you still chilling? Because the other side, Gondola dropped. He probably didn't want to. I don't know if he probably just didn't want to play the Tzeentch. I don't know. I don't know why he dropped, but Ricochet, if you're still hanging out, we can get you in. I see you lurking in chat, so do let me know. And if you're still available, then it would be Winterwind versus. You're gonna play. Okay, so I need to update the brackets as well. Yeah, you're in. You're in, Ricochet, if you want to be. You need own goal to win this so you can steal the strategies? Yeah. All right. So Ricochet was the next up, and he is going to be getting the versus Gondola the Patient. All right. So Ricochet, go ahead and message Winterwind and get your game going as soon as possible, please. That would be greatly appreciated. On a technicality, yeah, but I mean, if the players drop, you're the next in line. You know, that's just how it goes. So that is going to be death by Ricochet. This is your chance to claim it all, you know. You're going to win this tournament. You're going to tell all your friends, and they're going to think you're so cool. This is really where heroes are made and legends are formed. Greenskins are definitely good enough to take in tournaments. They're a very strong faction. If you remember, there was a player, Solasora. He won like 3 season championships, or 2, and then another big event. He was dominating with the Greenskins, and the meta has not changed that much. He was playing Greenskins like every single series and winning most of his games with them. They're hard to play, but they're very, very good. Yeah. All right, so here we go. Let's check here, and the map is going to be Decrepit Moor. I think. I'm not sure. They're deciding it right now. Joke's on you, I have no friends. Lies. Look at all your friends here in chat, man. We're all rooting for you. Yeah, Grom the Paunch is very good. It's funny how Grom like went through a cycle of being ignored, and then he made a comeback. Man. Turin discovering the broken pump wagons. That was so awful. because I was playing in a tournament. I was having a good run. I think I was undefeated, right? I was playing Chaos Dwarves. And I ran into Houseplant, who at the time was the best player in the world. And he cheesed me with 5 broken units that were legit bugged and broken and insta-killed my lord. I didn't ban them in the tournament, but I also didn't know they were broken. It was a feels bad situation for sure. It was very funny though. Solasora was very good. It'd be fun if Solasora came back. Yeah. Oh, Walnuts, yeah. Greenskins are hard to play though. They're a very difficult faction, but very, very good. All right. We're going to be on Decrepit more. There we go. Good, Anakin. Skaven are probably the worst faction, yeah, I think. I think Skaven are very difficult to play. They can still take wins, and like Skaven, for example, we've seen a resurgence of what's it called? Dark Elves, right? But Skaven hard counter Dark Elves, I would say. It's like a 60-40 matchup. It's very good for Skaven. Yeah. That's some good water right there. I'm gonna bake up some bread tonight. It's gonna be good. Gonna get a big old French bread going. Got some garlic on there. Gonna make some garlic sauce, garlic butter kind of situation. It's gonna be great. Yeah, Samurai, he was very fun to watch. What makes Greenskins hard to play? Their low leadership is one variable, and the other variable that makes them very difficult, in my opinion, is the fact that the Greenskins have a very, very dynamic roster. Like, there's so much to choose from on the Greenskin roster. There's a lot of traps and pitfalls and mismatches of unit compositions you can walk into. It's not like, you know, some of the more like Norsk is very simplistic comparatively, right? Pretty hard to mess up their builds. But Greenskins, you can mess up their builds, and they're very low leadership too. Not all their units, but a lot of them are. Like Orcs and Goblins are not amazing, you know. All right. So, how are we looking? Yes. About ready to go. Yeah, Solasora was very good though. I don't know where he went. I think he was an RTK. I think he was technically one of their clan members, but the other matchup now I think is going to be Tzeentch versus Dwarves on the other side, and the winner is going to be facing Daniken or Own Goal in the grand finals today. Own Goal, you know, if memory serves, if history serves, Own Goal will win this, and then he'll get second place in the finals. We'll see. I know he's streaming today. Yeah, I know he's streaming. Our old tournament cast on the channel? Oh yeah, dude. If just Walnuts, Google Total Tavern season finals and just look at the past like 3 season finals, because the meta has not changed that much in the past like 2 or 3 seasons. I mean, there are some things and some balancing patches, but in general, you'll learn a lot from those games. Who's the hardest faction to play? Yeetus the Parakeetus, who's one of my favorite names, by the way. Skaven are probably one of the hardest to play. I think Skaven are really, really difficult to play, and I think Bretonnia is extremely difficult to play too. I think Bretonnia and Skaven might be 2 of the hardest, if I had to say. Empire is also very difficult. Like, Empire is very difficult to play, but if you know how to play them well, they can be a really force to be reckoned with, but, yeah. Own Goals, he's like the Witch King from the movies. Yeah, no man can kill me. Daniken's like, I am no man. We'll see. All right, both players are ready. This is a Rat Clan versus RTK. This is a blood feud here, guys. Who is going to be the most powerful Total War clan in this moment? Find out. So Own Goal is a big fan of using the Goblin Great Shaman on the Spider. Like a big fan. It's going to be Wulfric the Wanderer with a battle line of Marauders. And looks like Berserkers in the secondary. Very weak to Archers, but the Chariots can also penetrate in and kill the Archers, but then the Boar Boys can counter them. Bit of rock, paper, scissors going back and forth. Freyo, I don't have any Age of Empires 4 planned in the immediate future, but there will be a time when we go back and stream it. I'm just not enjoying it too much right now. But that's not to say we won't go back in the next like 3 or 4 months, right? There might be something. Right now, our main focus is going to be Total War, Age of the Ring, upcoming Dawn of War 1 remaster, the new Heroes of Might and Magic 3 game we're going to go uber hard in the paint on, and we'll see what else. But those are the big breadwinners we're looking at. So, all right, guys. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the semifinals of today's grand tournament. Well, not really. It's a tournament. It's grand in its own right, but it's more of just a regular tournament. Own Goal is going to be going for a massive legion of Savage Orc Airboy Archers, which are pretty cool because they themselves are good fighters in melee. They can pack a punch. So it's going to be Savage Orc Airboys with a couple Orc Boy Spears in the front line just to provide good melee defense and good holding power while the Archers do most of the damage. And there is going to be a Goblin Great Shaman, so he's going to be using the Vindictive Glare just to snipe enemy lords. So Wolfric, the Shaman Sorcerer is a really good target. You could use it against Throg as well, and don't even try it. The Goblin Great Shamans are amazing because they have two sniping abilities. They have the Vindictive Glare as well as the Don't Even Try It. And this buff ability, Sneaky Stabbin', is uber cost effective as far as buff spells go. You can use this for 4 Winds of Magic on like an Orc Boarboy or something that really isn't an impactful fight, and it can make a pretty big difference for sure. All right, guys. And that's pretty much it. Now, looking at the armies of Danik Trop, an up-and-coming contender for sure in Total War Competitive, has been really dominating the SFT tournament circuit lately with a lot of wins. I think currently sitting in the top 6 in the world, give or take. So really, really curious to see if Danik Trop is not only going to be able to win this game, but also will Danik Trop be able to win an upcoming major season final, a world championship, right? That's really what it's all about, is getting to the grand finals and taking that throne, which of course the defending champion is Anticity with back-to-back wins. The past 2 seasons, Marauders, Berserkers, Marauders, and Berserkers. So a battle line combined of Berserkers and Marauders, which is fine, a good Norscan battle line. And on top of that, we do see the big old Ice Wolf Chariots. So Chariots are good, I think, in some matchups, but they require a shit ton of micro. What's cool about these Chariots is they do have throwing axes and they also have Frostbite. So they can Surth the Ek all over your opponent's face. And yeah, they can also contest the objectives, which is kind of cool. And they're fast also, man. 95 speed on these Ice Wolf Chariots is no joke. Yeah, boy, Danik Trop is a Dark Elf player primarily, but is also very good at other factions, a couple others. I think they're what the pattern I'm seeing with Daniken right now is I feel like Daniken is trying to branch out to a couple other factions so they can have a really solid best of 3, you know? All right, so objectives 1 and the home objective of Norska going to be going to the Cavemen, and over here the Greenskins are going to be getting their home objective. And you know how Own Goal likes to play. He very much likes to do this weird Mordor build-up style, which I really, really, like, I don't understand it. Like, it works for him, but I mean, okay, I understand some of the theoretical elements about it, but myself, it's so anxiety-inducing. Like, I really cannot stand playing that way. I just feel like I'm letting my opponent win the game, you know? But he's used to it. He likes to kind of build up his army and have a critical mass before he strikes, you know, but it's tricky. So objective 3 is going to be getting taken here by Norska, most likely. Norska does have a lot of capture weight. The Chariots are 3 apiece, if I'm not mistaken. And Wolfric's going to be 3 and 3 on the Sorcerer. Vindictive Glare activated, and it does tag Wolfric. Not that much damage, though, so he's going to be fine. But yeah, now the clock is going to be harder on Own Goal. He's going to have to come forward a little bit quicker. And on the backside, we do see the Savage Orc Boarboy is going to be gathering up, and the Spider is going to be eyeing the prize. It's moving up. It's looking very, very cool. These things are awesome in tabletop, by the way. The Arachnok Spiders, they have a million attacks, and they all do poison. So it's pretty cool. When they attack you, they can, you know, auto wound you potentially. Although I think poison got changed in the most recent update, so probably going to make spiders a lot worse. You need to have a tactical camera to understand it and not feel anxiety. Yeah, I suppose so. You're talking about the dreaded debug camera. All right, guys. Orc Boys and Orc Boys moving up. Goblin Wolf Riders as well as the Savage Orc Boarboys. Vindictive Glare going in, and Own Goal is going to be... This is a strategy, though, you know, like just kind of poking with your archers, which, of course, the Greenskins have a massive advantage with. And then on top of that, using all of your Winds of Magic before the fight to try and snipe Wolfric. You know, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. Back objective going to be going to Own Goal, and here we do see the archers blasting away. So the Savage Orc Airboy is going to be shooting into the Chariots, and Daniken is using these guys as like a skirmish unit. And we do see a Searing Doom overcasted going down on the Savage Orc Airboys back here, doing some respectable damage. I think one of the best uses of the Searing Doom ability is to drop it like it's hot on top of the Savage Orc Boarboys. To me, that feels very, very good when they're sitting still. Vindictive Glare, and he does get hit. He tried to Matrix block that using the Condom Wolves, but they didn't have enough height. So Archer is going to be shooting in, and this is very good for Own Goal, because now he's just in a defensive counterpunching position. This is very common. If you're the defensive player who has most of the guns and the cannons, the key to victory is holding one objective. You really don't want to be relinquishing that objective, right? Chariots are being disruptive, and here on the flank we do have some skirmishers coming in. Well, not skirmishers, but monstrous doggies, basically. It is going to be the Norscan Ice Wolves here, and are they going to be charging in to fight the Orc Boarboy Biggins? Probably not the best idea. I feel like the Boarboy Biggins are going to win that, but I guess they do charge in. Another Vindictive Glare activated. Own Goal is, you know, he's doing his dividend stocks right now. He's getting his 10 cents every month or whatever the hell it is from these guys. As we do see a Searing Doom activated right there onto the Orc Boarboy Biggins. So they do get hit, and that's what I'm talking about. Getting that big value on the Boarboy Biggins. And there's a cool synergy there as well, right? Because the Wolves here, they do have Frostbite. So basically you get into combat with the Boar Boy Biggins, you Frostbite them. If your opponent tries to run away from it, it's going to be much harder. But so far, Norska is holding on to the objectives and trading reasonably evenly. The biggest issue for Norska, of course, is Wulfric getting wrecked. God, you guys remember how shitty it was when the freaking unsummons were a thing with Lord Unsummons? That was so freaking lame. Alright, well, Wulfric does get nailed by another Vindictive Glare back there, and we do see the battle lines of Danikentrop being held firmly. And we do get a bit of a blob fight over here. Now, this is probably going to be favoring the Norskins. The Ice Wolf Chariots, the Wolves, the Magic usage, the Searing Doom, and look at the Frostbite. They're down to 49 speed, and they do get bombarded right there by that Searing Doom from Daniken. Really, really nice. And look at the HP. Orc Boar Boy Biggins are expensive. They're like a unit that, I think they're like around 900 gold or something, so that Searing Doom just gave him like 450 value. And what's cool about these Norskin Ice Wolf Chariots is they do have throwing axes, which have armor piercing, so they can actually do well against the Orc Boar Boys here. So we do see the Orc Boar Boy Biggins getting a sneaky stab in, a bit of a misplay there by old Own Goal, as they do get broken right as he buffs them. But Greenskins are getting good archer play. Own Goal does have all of his archers in position. Boar Boy Biggins here going to be taking a fight versus the Condom Wolves. So once again, another good fight here. So we do see the Skin Wolves as well as the Norskin Ice Wolves going to be battling it out. And getting another good fight. It does seem like Danikentrop is getting the better of a lot of these engagements. Spider going to be cruising across, and there is going to be a bombardment going down. It looks like another Searing Doom activated on the pigs. And man, these Searing Dooms are so freaking good right now. He's nailing all these Boar Boy Biggins and just feasting. And now Daniken feeling so confident that he's going to be doing a full Unga Bunga forward. And, you know, the thing that's going to give Daniken this game is the fact that all of these freaking Norskin Ice Doggies are just winning all of these fights. Like, all the mobile fights are just doing so well. Marauder Chariot's also going to be getting into the secondary, and I do not see any mass for the Greenskins. We do see a call in here. It's going to be Savage Orc Boar Boys, but the Chariots are about to go kind of balls deep here, potentially, as they do chase down these Savage Orcs. And now we get the Cold Voider coming out, getting a fat breath attack right down the side of the Orc Boys, and Own Goal is going to be getting shoved back really, really far. Norska may even be able to get their objective. We'll have to see. We do see some Marauders fighting over here on the point. They will beat the Orc Boys. Frost Doggies are coming, and more Skin Wolves are going to be the call-in right now. So Dragon is on the table. Orc Archer is going to be pulling back into the woods, which is, you know, tricky for them for line of sight purposes, but they are going to be retreating back right now. And the Norskin Ice Wolf Chariots, yeah, putting in work. They're putting in a lot of work there, running over the Orc Boar Boys here. And we do see some of the Marauders running away right now, as the Dragon is going to be landing on them, which is very clutch because it's going to be frostbiting them. And these are not the Biggins, which means they don't have anti-large. Therefore, they're going to get wrecked pretty bad by that Chaos Frost Dragon. Not going to be a good time for them. On this side, there is going to be some sort of Unga Bunga activated. A big overcasted Searing Doom, Scorched Earth on their own units, but does do a little bit of better damage against those Orc Boys. Probably Wulfric trying to capture this point, but not quite able to get enough. Now, the question is, Own Goal has the home field advantage, right? He's calling out units out of the woods. He's going to have faster reinforcements. Is he going to be able to, you know, counter push and get back? It's looking tough right now, but a good start here, as the Arachnarch Spider is going to be finding a giant dragon here. So we do see the dragon getting it and getting nibbled on by this guy. Don't even try it is here. Yeah, it's some nice damage right there. On the backside, Norskin Ice Wolf is going to be retreating over towards Objective 1. And ladies and gentlemen, looking at the map, zero pressure from the Greenskins here and here. They are really, really shoved up against the locker right now. And remember, the Greenskin build, or Norskin build, has a lot of healing. Has a lot of Skin Wolves, so there's going to be constant healing effects. The Dragon is reasonably healthy and disruptive, and it looks like Norska is going to be taking the back objective, breaking the back of the Greenskins here with their Chariots and their magic. And Greenskins now going to be surging out of the woods with their Air Boys, so we do see two Air Boys moving up. But immediately, Norska, the Hounds, they fiend for blood. They're going to be coming up from the spawn area, potentially shutting down these archers. And look at this, Hunter of Champions activated on the Spider. It's going to be getting attacked by Condom Wolves, the Dragon, as well as the Wulfric. All right, the Wulfric. All right, guys, Wolves do get on top of archers. Very rough for Own Goal here. On the backside, we do probably see infantry being called in. Marauder Spearmen and Skin Wolves. Very excellent, because pretty much everything that Own Goal is going to be calling in this game is going to be a cavalry unit from here on out, right? Chariots running shit down. The Rusty Arrows getting absolutely obliterated. And look at the freaking Goblin. He's shaken and stirred, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of anti-large fighters. The Dragon applying Frostbite. It's going to be brutal as that Dragon continues to just get torn up. And, yeah. Goblin Great Shaman is broken, and that's going to be GG. I don't think Own Goal is going to be able to come back. Yes, there is a resurgence of Greenskins over here, which could threaten Objective 1, but with all the Norskin Doggies on the field and the reinforcements coming out, Marauder Spear is going to be moving to that point. It's going to be fine. So really, really good match. Honestly, yeah, the Chariots were really brutal, but Daniken also has, Isn't that funny? Daniken is a Dark Elf player, right? Who loves using Scourge Runner chariots, and they just gravitated towards the Ice Wolf chariots, which, in a way, are kind of similar, right? Orc Boy Spears here getting run down, and they are able to get it. So the karate chops are there. And ladies and gentlemen, Berserker is going to be chewing through these spears here, as we do see Marauder Spearman heading over there. But that is going to be GG for Norska. All right. Anticity saying, okay, maybe I should just learn Norska. Yeah, not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. All right, guys, great game. That was very fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that one as much as I did. I had a blast. And let's take a look at the breakdown. So Wolfric didn't do great with the Chariots, 720, 500, 490, but they were very disruptive. You guys saw that. Berserker is getting great value, and the Norskin Frost Dogs are so good. And yes, Anticity, I would recommend just learning the Norska, because they're going to get new shit, and they're just going to be stronger anyways, right? So might as well invest in you know, the big dog here. All right. So what do we got? Not much did well in the Greenskin roster. It was kind of struggle city for them. They kept losing the cavalry fights. Like, look at this. 100 value, 247, 0. Well, that one didn't get called in, but 136. I mean, very, very devastating. All right, guys. So we are going to be hosting the grand finals for tonight's tournament. Once again, I want to sincerely thank you guys for taking the time and choosing to spend your nights and afternoons here, mornings, wherever the hell you are. And yeah, let's make it a fun conclusion to tonight's stream. All right, so this is going to be Daniken Trop. Daniken bringing home the W for the Rat Clan. Yeah, no jokes. The Rats are rising. It's kind of cool how we have like a couple top players from different clans, right? We obviously have top RTK players. We got Anticity with ODM. We have some Rat Clan players coming in here with Daniken Trop looking good. Very, very fun stuff. I think RTK still has the most major event wins in Warhammer 3, but ODM has a couple from Anticity. I'd have to look. Hitman Hippo was in Rat Clan. He did get a major event win, so Rat Clan has had a major event win, which is fun. And let's see who won on the other side. All right, so let's refresh this. And those guys are still playing. So Daniken, please report your score on Total Tavern. If you could, that would be great. Can Goblin Shamans get the Flinger Spider Mount? I don't know if they can, actually. It's kind of an interesting question. I don't think they can, Seraph. Yeah. Fun times, man. Fun times. Tomb Kings were cool tonight. I think next up we're going to do High Elves, which is probably going to just end up being like a monster cheese build. We'll see. We will see if the monsters are going to get nice and cheesy. Okay, so refreshing this. All right. Daniken should have reported the score by now. Looking good, so let me tell them, so I don't get stuck around afterwards. Report score, please, on Tavern. All right. So Dwarves versus Tzeentch. That matchup probably is going to go very long on the other side. Thanks for in the turn. Hey, you're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. We're going to have some fun stuff this week. We'll be streaming every day. Different games, of course. We may do Total War again tomorrow. I'm not sure. But regardless, we'll be doing some fun times. I am going to be hosting another Age of the Ring tournament sometime this week. Yeah. The Phoenixes are really good. High Elf Phoenixes are amazing. They're great units. Did Daniken reported on the Tavern? Not yet. Let's see if they do. Yeah, High Elf is my favorite way to play. Is like big flying monsters backed up by mobility. It's really fun. Like having these like mobile, like big heavy hitting creature squads is very fun. And then they have amazing healing too, so their monsters are very durable. High Elves honestly feel solid. I'm trying to think of matchups that are bad for them. I feel like Greenskins, Beastmen, Norska are kind of hard for High Elves. Those are three that are a couple tricky. Would you consider doing a tier ranked video for multiplayer? It changes so much. We kind of already have one. If like you go to totaltavern.com, you can already kind of see the meta. It's not a perfect representation, but it's not bad. I mean, you got Slanesh and Counts looking pretty good. Hellstrider's OP, but High Elf sitting at 51%. Kind of cool to see that. Yeah. You know who kind of inspired me to play a little bit of High Elves was Charix. Charix had a really nice tournament win like 2 weeks ago or maybe a week ago with High Elves where he used Shadow Warriors, which was so cool, and like Plague of Rust builds and different things like that. So that was very, very neat. Okay, so let me message these guys. Perfect. Does Conquest and Land Battle have good multiplayer maps? I think there's some maps that were made for it, but not to this extent. That's for sure. Like, the community has come together and made a ton of great Dom maps. For Conquest, I think there are some, but not like, they're not as engaging, in my opinion, as Dom maps, simply because they're usually just more flat and open. Terrain doesn't play a big variable, but yeah. Yeah, the Lions of Krace are very good. The War Lions of Krace, is that what you're talking about? They're also, they can fight cavalry too, which is kind of cool. It's not like an amazing fight if they take head-on charges, but if they're like an accessory piece, it's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, still waiting for these guys. I think they were a little bit later on getting their game started, so no problemo. Been working on your High Elf meme build. I don't know what would be a meme for High Elves, really. A Lithanar, Handmaiden, and 4 Bolt Throwers. Yeah, that's for sure going to be losing. Bolt Throwers are like super mediocre. Handmaidens are like not great either. And a Lithanar is like, oh, he's basically another Bolt Thrower, so. Yeah. Kevin, I mean, it's only been 3 hours, dude. Yeah, it's only been 3 hours. We haven't been going that long here tonight. Yeah, the Command and Conquer series got done pretty dirty, didn't it? Didn't Command and Conquer get bought? I mean, doesn't Electronic Arts have it? And they just like mangle it with like weird like cash grab mobile games and shit. Like, God, the Command and Conquer franchise was so fun. But yeah, it did get shit on, if I remember correctly. Like, I remember there was an announcement of a new Command and Conquer game like 7 years ago, and then there was like a reveal and it was like a mobile game. God, it's like, that's like the worst feeling ever when you're like, oh, cool game trailer, and then it's like a mobile game. Oh, pain. Yeah, it's the freaking worst. Yeah, so we're still waiting on these guys. No problem. No problemo. Do you have any advice for getting into Warhammer 3 multiplayer for somebody who's never really played any RTS games? Yeah, I mean, just get, honestly, you get the game firstly. And secondly, campaign isn't a bad spot to start if you have no experience, because you'll learn how to use the units in a very calm environment. And then once you get familiar with like how to move units and give orders, you can start playing, even versus AI in domination mode, which is good. Join our Discord, talk to good players, ask questions, find other new players to play with. Just get those reps in there. Join new player tournaments. Even if you go 0-5, who cares? You're learning. I've taken some fat beatings lately as well. It happens, But yeah, our Discord's a really good place to start. We have a lot of friendly people. We even have a mini forum, like a threads or a forum community within our Discord that discusses like every faction. So it's pretty great. I cannot stand mobile games myself. Like, the only thing I probably would play mobile would be like chess. Like, playing chess on your phone is fun, but yeah. I think like mobile games are just massive in other parts of the world. I don't know how big they are in the United States. Although, to be fair, the younger generation is very cell phone heavy, like Generation Alpha and some of the early, like later Gen Z guys. Yeah, so I think that, that's probably where they make their money, is like Gen Alpha, Gen Z. And I think a lot of, I had a friend in China who said mobile games were pretty big there. In Japan also, it's really big. So there's just massive international markets for those things. I'm just an old crusty millennial, so my perceptions are going to be very off. Mobile games make half of all gaming revenue globally. I'm not surprised to hear that. Yeah, mobile games are very predatory for sure. Yeah. All right, let's see here. All right, cool beans, cool. Yeah, EA has been they've destroyed a lot of games. I'm really, really hoping we get a good Heroes game. Heroes the Olden Era. I'm pretty erect for that. God, I hope it's not bad. Maximillionaire says you'd be stunned by how many middle-aged people dump a ton of cash into mobile games. That's actually true. I've seen that. So I know someone who's a 94-year-old woman who is like obsessed with mobile games. They're like all up on their phone playing mobile games like all day, like different Scrabble games and like candy. Those like kind of like point and click kind of games. Yeah. All right, let's see here. Cool. So we got Death by Ricochet making it to the finals. Okay. And Ricochet, you know, going from thinking they didn't have a chance in top 4 to playing versus the big Daniken Trop. Death by Ricochet. Here you go. The Dowie have made it. Good luck, have fun. Finals. It's the final countdown. Da-da-da-da. Here they come. All right. So Ricochet is going to be here. It came down to 1 point. Oh my God, really? Send me that replay, Ricochet. I'll cast it sometime. It'll be fun. How stupidly broken are Magic and Nukes in this game? They're very strong, but most of them aren't broken. There's a couple that are very strong, but it's like most Magic, there is an extent of counterplay where you can dodge it, or if it's not dodgeable, it's not going to be just like ending your world, you know? Yeah. Thank God your vices are cheap. I know. As a Warhammer tabletop player, and Magic player, I feel the suffering. Magic, man, if I can see how Magic is such a trap. There's guys I play Commander with. So I have like 4 Commander decks. I would say I have a pretty solid collection of Magic cards, like pretty valuable. I have some good valuable cards, but I only usually have 1 of each card, right? I play Commander with homies, and they have like 30 to 40 Commander decks that are like tiered, like just decked out with like good cards. You know, like dual lands and frickin'. I'm not talking like OG dual lands. I'm talking like shock lands and fetch lands and things like that. And like I'm like, man, that's hardcore. I mean, I have too much deck building issues in the sense that I take apart every deck I make after like 2 weeks. So I can never have that many decks. So it kind of saves me money in a way. Warhammer is expensive too, but once you get your army, you know, you often don't need to buy more, which is nice. But I'm becoming a bit of a miniature hoarder, which is a problem. You guys are gonna find me dead under a pile of miniatures in my garage with like rats crawling all over me and shit. It's gonna happen. Gen X all the way. Gen X is powerful, man. Gen X, you know, that's where Fred Durst came from, right? Limp Bizkit is Gen X. Clearly they've done great things for the world and society. I sold all your Power 9 cards. Oh, there you go, Joe. So it begins. Slay the Oathbreakers. Man, I had a really funny situation. So it was my friend's birthday today. Shout out to Sam. So in the town I live in, Sam, he owns, I went to high school. Well, we went to high school basically at the same time and grew up as childhood friends. He's like the local bartender in our town now. So we have like a couple bars, but he owns a bar. And he's like the jolly bartender. He's like 6'4", like all the stereotypes of like a friendly, jolly bartender he is, right? So it was his birthday today, and he shut down his bar and invited all of his friends over to play Magic at his bar, which was fun. So that's what we were doing today. And for his birthday, I bought him the One Ring. And so I went to the card store and I bought him the One Ring. And like as I was buying the One Ring, I was like walking out of the store. I was like, why shouldn't I keep it? Like I could use an extra One Ring in my decks. It was legit like the thought, you know? Like it was just like an intrusive thought, you know? I was like, why shouldn't I keep the One Ring? It was so funny. I was like, oh man, it's like art imitates reality, huh? Okay, I need to know the map, by the way. Let's check this. All right, here. All right, guys. Perfect. And here we go. So I need to know the map, by the way. So Daniken, if you could let me know the map. Map, please. And Ricochet, map, please. So by the way, guys, our dwarf player tonight, this is his first top 4 he's ever made. All right. This is his first one. The One Ring was whispering to me. I think you've had enough of that little ring turn, yeah. The One Ring is such a good card. It's really fun. Yeah, I got to put it in my Smeagol deck, which is Heresy. I have it. I only have 1 copy, and it's in my other deck. then your face will twist. I should have, when I handed him the One Ring, I should have like jump scared him. How funny would that have been? He would have gotten it too. He's a millennial, so. Oh my God! Imagine handing one of your friends the One Ring and then just shrieking in their face. That'd be so good. Oh my God. All right, so Norska versus Dwarves. The map is going to be what? It is going to be, Daniken is deciding on the map. Okay, so Dwarves versus Norska. This is a fun one. This could go either way. This could go either way. Any champion could rise in this duel of fates. I thought only Post Malone had the One Ring. He did. I think he paid like $2.3 million for that. Isn't that crazy? That's nuts. That's crazy. When you have that much money that you just like, that's not much to you. Like that's just like change you can just expend on a piece of cardboard. That's crazy. There is that's kind of the trajectory people go. There's, what is he doing here? All right, Danikin, we're going to be playing Road. Is it Road to Talipime, or which road is it? Is it Road to Talipime? Let me check. Road to Talipime, yes, is going to be the map. Okay. All right, guys, we got the map. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting discussion, right? Like, we'll get back to that in a second. So Own Goal says, talking to Danikin looks like the Ice Wolf Chariots have gnarly hitboxes. Yeah, maybe. Maybe so. We'll have to take a look. Do some testing and let me know, Own Goal. Yeah. But yeah, it's always something funny to see. Like, it's been a trope for ages, right? Like the evil billionaires, evil millionaires, whatever, right? It's always interesting when like people get mega wealthy to see what weird shit they get into, right? Like for all these like super mega wealthy people, like, you get people like Mark Zuckerberg buying like 3,000 acres in Hawaii and building like doomsday bunkers with like tunnels and shit, right? And then you get people who just like, Post Malone definitely a more wholesome direction, just buying Magic cards. It's wild. Man, it's wild. Yeah, it's usually like when people have that much money, it's either the only thing they want to attain is reputation or power at that point, right? Which they can accrue by, politics or whatever. David trying to join through Total Tavern. Oh yeah, the invites for the Discord are shut at the moment. I think if we have any mods in chat, we can link one. But yeah, because our Discord apparently got raided last night by like 1 million bots or something. So they were using the links probably on Total Tavern to get in. Frost would know the details, but yeah. Oh my god, yeah. My favorite thing about the Elon Musk gaming thing is how like he allegedly like hired someone to play for him to get his ranks higher. It's like so petty. Oh, it's funny. Oh man. All right, guys, let's get it going. Let's have some fun and break it down. So, guys, it is going to be Dwarves versus Norska. Let's see how this goes. It's going to be great. The dreaded Ranger build, yes. Were they Slaneshi bots? Yeah, I mean, most of the bots who join our Discord are Slanesh bots. And, you always think, right? Somebody messages you, okay, in Discord. And they're like, hey, click this link and I'll give you a free game. Or click this and you're going to be able to claim something. Or, hey, will you vote for me in my Counter-Strike competition? You think people wouldn't click those links. But I cannot tell you how many times I've seen even relatively seasoned tournament players in Total War get their accounts compromised by clicking on porno bot links and clicking on links from like other suspicious sources. It happens all the time in our Discord. We've had to boot so many people who like we know who they are because their accounts get compromised by these things, and then they're like spamming our Discord afterwards. It's really funny. Yeah. Like people do click those links, All right, guys. Welcome to the grand finals of today's tournament. It is going to be Danikin Trop versus Death by Ricochet. Now, this is our Dowie player's first time making the top 4 and making a grand finals. So shout out to Death by Ricochet. Coming in, getting to the grand finals, and we're going to see how this goes. Now, here for the Old Norskins, it is going to be Marauder Berserkers and Great Weapons, both units which can beat Dwarves in sustained combat. We do see the Ice Wolf Chariots. They are not armor-piercing chariots. However, they do have good missile strength with armor-piercing, so they can get some AP damage in there and kill Dwarves. And the rest of the build here is going to be a Shaman, Sorcerer, Plague of Rustling, Searing Doom, and whoa, look at this! Look at this! All right, guys, it is going to be the dreaded Wolfric on a Chariot. What forbidden sauce is this? Oh, this is cool. Check that out. All right. Now for the Dwarf build, front line's probably going to be Dwarf Warriors. Yep, backed up by a couple Slayers to deal with Chariots and Monsters. Blasting Charges to clear out the big scary Infantry Core. As well as Bugman's Rangers, which are a pretty resilient piece. You know, they can shoot at most of the Norscan light armor and not worry about it too much if they get attacked, because they do have healing and good combat stats. And last but not least, most Dwarf players do not leave home without the dreaded Grim Delvers. So Grim Delvers are one of those units that if you mess up and get close to them, they are going to end your career so freaking quickly. Now, Dwarves are actually pushing out here, which is interesting. I think it's a bit of a mistake. If you're playing Dwarves, you don't want to usually push in the middle, in my opinion, because you get enveloped, right? Pushing from the sides, like deploying over here, pushing out of the woods and playing like this, and then slow pushing towards the middle, your opponent has much less space to envelop you, and it's much harder. But we're going to see if it works out. I mean, it's not like a massive mistake, in my opinion, but it's going to be something, you know? So archers are shooting into the Great Weapons, and it looks like Norska is just going to be sounding the Horn of War. So there they go. And how are the Dwarves going to be dealing with the Chariots? We do see a basic Dwarf Lord with the Star Metal plate to lower stats. In the back, it's going to be more Miners being called in and more Blasting Charges. And those Grim Delvers need to shut those Chariots down. Otherwise, it's going to be a big problem. Where's the attack order on the Grim Delvers? Oh, he's not giving it. He's not giving the attack order. Big blunder by Ricochet, I think. No, he shoots the other one there. Okay, not that big of a mistake. He does give the order, but it's just on the wrong one. So Chariots getting into the backfield. Nice Blasting Charges here in the front. Going to be saturating in. Norska going to be having its melee attack lowered there. But Laura Boat's going hard on the Grim Delvers. And where are the Dwarven Cannons? Where is the Horse and the Rider? Searing Doom going to be activated as well. Slayers are getting caught in combat versus Marauder Berserkers. So this is what I'm saying, right? Like, Daniken has been able to just envelop him so quickly. Whereas if you abuse the edge of the map a little bit more, you're going to be able to get away with it and do more. But yeah, looking very good for Daniken. We see each of the range units compromise there. Everything is looking kind of grim bones, right? Now, the Dwarven melee core is doing okay. Warriors will lose to Berserkers, though. Miners are going to lose to the Grey Opens, but the Dwarf Lord is going to be doing it. But overall, this is a very brilliant start here for our Norscan champion. And Daniken Trop showing why they're one of the strongest players in the world right now, with incredible micro and very good decision-making as well. But will our Dwarven champion be able to rat claw his way back into the game? In the front line, the Warriors are getting beaten down by the Marauders. And we do see Chariot Rick. Oh, man, look at Chariot Rick. He's coming. And yeah, he's not... Dude, he doesn't... Well, just please give Wulfric armor piercing already. Can we just make him an AP character? I mean, he's using some giant demon rune sword, right? You can make some lore excuse for that. Now, I do like the Steam Gyrocopters, but he goes for the Flame variant, which aren't going to be super good against the Chariots. The Flame variant is good against Berserkers and those equivalents, so maybe he's going to be able to claw some value back here. But having your Bugman's Rangers tied up in combat with Berserkers and just like Marauders is really, really not cost effective, right? That's going to be brutal. Coming in the backside, we do see double Manticore to chase down the Gyrocopter. And the Flamethrower doing a little bit of damage, but like I said, the Chariots actually have 90 armor, so it's not going to be terribly effective. Good dodge there by the Dwarves, pulling back, but I think that Norska is just in such a dominant position right now. The Manticores are going to shut down the Gyrocopters, and the Steam Gyrocopter for sure is probably what you'd want to be cooking right now. But yeah, it's going to get tar pitted here. The Gyrocopter is going to have to run. The Manticore is happily going to chase it. They cost pretty much the same. So, you know, it's fine to just chase the Gyrocopter with the Manticore. On the backside, Miner's going to be vanguarding over there. And the Dwarf battle line's just getting folded up. One way Norska could maybe throw this is if they let Wulfric die to a bunch of Slayers and or some gunfire, maybe like a cannon being called in or something. That'd be nice for sure. But, yeah, Wulfric going to break through. Laura Boat's activated here. Searing Doom going to be popped on these Dwarves. Dwarves in the backside calling in Dwarf Warriors. Grim Delvers should have been unsummoned or brought back into the battle a long time ago. But yeah, Dwarves are looking very cooked. Daniken with a very, very dominant collapse on this army, guys. And it is looking grim bones here for the forces of the Dowie. But yeah, nice attempt here by Ricochet, for sure. I just think he's got the Chariots kind of low, so he's got all the Chariots low, and Wulfric's kind of low as well. The first engagement was just so rough. He got enveloped so freaking hard. You know, just surrounded on both sides. And then on the flanks, he was using Slayers to defend his flanks, which aren't going to do well against Marauders and Berserkers, right? So Berserker is going to be chewing through the Miners with Blasting Charges right here. And ladies and gentlemen of the old world, we see a little bit of a Dwarven flank coming in. The Miners with Blasting Charges is going to be heading over here to Objective 3. They might be able to capture it, but really, even if they capture it, the Chariots are just going to come over and go balls deep on them. It looks like the Gyrocopter is getting killed as well. Dwarves pretty much empty on the battlefield. It's very rare to see the Dwarves this far behind in value, but they really are. Dwarf Lord chasing these guys down. That's a triple cap. This game is 5,000% over right now. Here comes the chariots. Daniken Trop showing that they are a Lord of Norska as well. Very, very good Norskan play here. As the chariots move in and do eat some blasting charges to the face, but their armor is going to be mitigating most of those explosives. Dwarves are just kind of unga-bunga spamming random units to different objectives, hoping they can ninja objectives, but like that kind of play is not going to work when you're this far down on points. You know, if anything, you would need to consolidate an army and try and squeeze value back, but I don't think that's going to happen. Chariots on top of these guys. We do see some Marauder Hunters coming out. This is a really good tech. In late game chaotic situations, Marauder Hunters are going to be able to really bully Dwarven units because they're faster. They have 35 speed, and they can throw those nice throwing axes and really, really cook here very effectively. So they're going to be heading over. Chariots and Wulfric running over these bad boys. And ladies and gentlemen, Chariots are back on the menu a little bit. Very cool to see. Now, I would love to see if Chariots on other factions get explored more. Maybe we'll see more Tomb King's Chariots or more Chariots coming in from Chaos, for example. I don't know. I think the Norskan ones are particularly good because they have Frostbite and they also have armor-piercing throwing axes mounted on top. I think that's... Like, you notice that most Chariots that are playable are usually ones that have dual-purpose utility, right? Whereas these other ones, not so much. But, yep, we do see the blasting charges coming down on these guys, and the Marauder Hunters going to be getting those Olympic throwing arms going and just hurling those axes, which are going to be tearing apart the Dwarves. Big HP damage as the Ice Wolf Chariots get in there, and Wulfric still just going hard in his Chariot, 1300 value. Dwarf Lord's going to be very surrounded here, and yeah, I'm really surprised Ricochet hasn't left the game yet. Like, there's no chance. You're down by like 5,000 value. Your opponent has 1,000 point advantage and a triple cap on you. This is rough. This is going to be rough, guys. Speed is also very important. Yeah, that's a big thing, and I agree. The Ice Wolf Chariots have 95 movement speed, I think, so they're really quick. On the backside, more Marauder Hunters being called in. The Dwarves going to be Unga Bunga calling in some units on the far side. It's going to be long drawing Slayer Pirates. Yeah, you know, that actually could be kind of good. Maybe doing like a triple Slayer Pirate build here with a cannon. That could be kind of menacing against Norska because they have good AP shots and they could shoot the chariots and, you know, also wouldn't break. And of course you have cannon shooting them, which can be doing good work as well. Yeah, Tomb Kings do have archer chariots, but they don't have frostbite. And the archers are also not armor piercing, but that is something to explore, right? Like Tomb King's archer chariot play. Not the worst thing in the world. All right, Searing Doom there. Dropped on the dwarves. Here on the outside, the Long Dong Slayer Pirates are going to move in, but they're just going to get tar pitted by Berserkers and probably die. Marauder Hunter's going to be able to concave in on them, the classic RTS business, and give them the work. But yeah, Daniken really looking super dominant in this tournament, looking really good on Norska, and yeah, that is going to be it. Mass Air versus Norska can also be very nice with dwarves. I can see that, like 4 gyrocopters or maybe even a Thunder Barge with like some support. That could be kind of fun. Thunder Barge is really fun to use. Any excuse to just whip out a fat barge on somebody's face is a great time. So Wulfric is trying to kill the Dwarf Lord, and he probably will because of the anti-infantry. Searing Doom back here are going to be dropped on the Dwarf Warriors. This Dwarf player didn't hear no bell. You know, it was their first Grand Finals in a tournament, and they wanted to just go out on their shield here. And, you know, that much is going to be accomplished. So there they go. Yep, 1,400 points here. It's good. We get to have a little bit of podcast time and hang out with each other. So I hope you're all doing well. Till the last man sort of player. Oh, for sure. 427 right here, and the Lord is going to be getting pounded here as Wulfric does chase him down. I feel like we need one of those coat hangers. You remember in like old cartoons and shit when somebody stays on stage too long, you get like a coat hanger and pull them off stage? I feel like we need that for the dwarves right now. Like pull them off stage. Like it's over. Pull them off stage. All right, guys. GG, well played. Daniken's Norska looking very clean today. Valiant effort by Ricochet, though. Let's hear a big shout out to our dwarf player for making it to the Grand Finals for the first time for them, which is great. Walnuts, we've seen it once or twice. There's a couple players who get tilted and then they quit early when they still could have won, but it's not as common. All right, guys. That was a very fun stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. A little bit on the shorter side, but that's a testament to how smooth all the players were tonight with their games. But yeah, Chariots did good. You know, it really wasn't even... I mean, the Chariots did nicely, but it was really just the infantry collapsing and the Manticore shutting down the gyrocopters. It was just chef's kiss. And the dwarves had a bow line. They had 5 range units, and they just couldn't protect them. Very simplistic, and that's going to be it. So if you guys enjoyed tonight's stream, for those of you on YouTube, see there's about 1,500 people hanging there. Do drop a like on the way out. It helps a lot. Consider becoming a channel member if you got it in you. And for those of you guys on Twitch, consider following and or subscribing if you enjoyed what you saw. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back streaming this week. I don't know what it's going to be. We'll do some fun stuff. It's going to be a very, very fun week. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be all she wrote. GG, well played. Adios, do widzenia. And yeah, I think we'll be back tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe Total War tomorrow. We'll see how we feel. The Thunderbarge and Dom is totally fine. It's very strong, but not really problematic in my opinion. All right, guys. See you around. Take care. And I'm going to go hang with the smoking hot wife and then make a fat loaf of bread. Cheers.